Do you want to be a part of the CoCo community? Sure, we all do. So join this free weekly live talk show to find out how easy it is to watch at home and learn about your color computer. At the CoCoNation, more than 9 million men and women have participated in the community without setting foot outside their homes. And now at home in your spare time, you can see what's happening, or even join the discussion. Choose from any one of these segments: panel intros, project updates, acquisitions, CoCo thoughts, featured interviews and events, the Game On Challenge, news, Ron's Garage, CoCo commercials, show coverage, panel goodbyes, or you can join one of our extra shows. You can choose from the Game On Challenge Live or CoCo Tech. Join the CoCoNation right now.
Click the link for the free information TJB Chris spoke about. Then decide if you want to watch the CoCoNation Live Show, the world's leading live weekly talk show featuring the Tandy Color computer, its siblings, cousins, and red-headed stepchildren. Visit thecoconation.com. There is no obligation and no salesman will visit you. Visit thecoconation.com.
The CoCoNation show is an unscripted, live, and interactive broadcast. Anything can and will happen. The views and opinions expressed by members of the panel and the live audience are their own, and not necessarily those of the CoCoNation show, its sponsors, affiliates, or subsidiaries. Open minds are encouraged, and a sense of humor is recommended. Thank you for being a part of the CoCoNation.
Radio Shack? Okay.
What?
The 80s called.
Welcome to the CoCoNation, the world's first live and interactive talk show featuring the Tandy color computer and its hardware cousins.
Hello everybody, welcome to the CoCoNation show, Tandy Retro Show Edition, episode 449. Oh, how's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Enjoying
so
the
far.
minus 50 wind chill weather. That's what I'm doing.
Right.
Minus 50.
Wow.
Is that
Minus 50
centigrade or
Celsius.
Fahrenheit?
Minus 20.
Yeah,
Minus
I'm
50
still,
Celsius.
T-shirt indoors. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the 2 feet of snow.
That's one nice thing here. It's almost too cold to snow, so it's nice and bright and sunny, but it's darn cold.
Let's
I'm still
put it this
waiting.
way, there's only about a couple of inches.
I'm still waiting for us to cross 0 Fahrenheit on the way up.
Okay. On the panel today, we got Marco.
Hey there. Glad to see everybody.
And we got Joel Evie.
Joel Evie, hey.
Evie, okay.
AV.
Evie, okay. And we got Fredro Micro Hobbyist live from VCF Montreal.
Hello.
And Kevin Holloway.
Hello, everybody.
And yours truly, the button pusher, Rick Euland.
Still waiting to cross 0 on the way up, but we'll have a good one.
Well, we managed to get to 12.
Oh, nice. Heat wave. I'm still waiting.
All right. And next up, Ron Deluxe.
Hey, how you doing? It's 64 degrees here in sunny Arizona.
Well, it's warmed up some. It was 46 earlier.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Wingnut. And he must be out turning stuff over on the grill. And another instance of Wingnut. Next over, we got Sloopy Malibu.
Greetings, all.
There he is.
I'm ready for another great episode of the CoCoNation. Got my ice cold beer because I keep it outside in 15-degree weather.
There you go.
And I'm looking forward to the Game On challenge this week because I have to
it
do
should be fun.
Because you have no other choice.
You're still ready, Sleepy.
Next over, we got L. Curtis Boyle.
Welcome to the show, everyone, and hope everybody's enjoying all the special Tandy Retro Show stuff that's been happening today, both before and after this show.
Well,
Excuse me,
there went one.
I'm still fighting a cold, so I could turn into a coughing fit any minute. Next over, we got Bob Emery.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to the show.
And last on the panel, we got William Athing.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, William.
Let's see. In the chat, which has been going on since 8 o'clock this morning, we got, let's see, let me scroll forward to the beginning of the show. Ish. Okay, we got Star to Baron, Exile in Paradise. Long conversation there. Kevin Holloway, TJB Chris, 8 Bits in the Basement, Brian Blake, Jim Rye, Michael Zwiffle. And that catches us up here. All right, first up today, we're going to go over to Frederick, and he's going to tell us what's going on in Montreal today.
Okay. Sorry about that. All right, so today, VCF Montreal, which is actually not Montreal, but Saint-Jean-sur Richelieu. So I'll just go from the front, and then I'm going to go in. So basically, it's an army base. And we are coming through. We had the reception right here. We have the plans for all the tables right there. And
Is this still an
consignment
active
area
army base?
right there. Yes, it is. Yep.
And that close to the borders of the U.S.?
It's not that close. It's about an hour's drive. Yes, if you want to know, we'll get wiped out if the America decides to invade. All right, so here, not necessarily the, it's number table 35. So we have NABU right here, NABU, however you want to pronounce it.
All right,
Seems to be.
Is that a little server he's kind of built up there in the white
It
box?
seems to be that. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, the new NABU required a server to load stuff off with, didn't it?
Yes.
Isn't that
We have a second NABU station really. Yes. And another NABU area. Zoom closer. Yes. Well, that's interesting. Things that I don't recognize. Got all the juicy parts here.
That looks like my closet.
Two.
It's like it's playing Alien Typhoon.
Bare naked hard
nice
drives.
drive.
Hey, clean it off with Windex every once in a while, it'll be fine.
Oh, you want to know what the title
Well,
is?
that's the official one. Okay, that's the official one.
That drive is driven by an AC motor, and that's a belt drive
Yeah,
with 8-inch disc.
motor that could start your car.
Again. Cool.
But you know that 8-inch drive.
Oh no, the chip number.
You turn it on, it'll probably
Yeah.
still work just like that.
Right?
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Open,
The
like I
lights
say,
will
clean
dim.
it off with some Windex and she'll be fine.
Watch the lights dim.
All right.
We have here what appears to be some sort of a teletype machine. I think.
Oh, yeah.
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 28.
CoCoNation live.
ASR
that's-
19.
I'm just doing a live show right now.
Something like that, yeah. But before they went to the drum thing.
Is that a relay computer of theirs? Yes. We got a relay computer right here.
Nice.
Oh. With an outbound peripheral board. Look at those shields on the vacuum tube.
Relays and LEDs all together. I love it.
Yeah, you can see the prototype over here, right?
Cool.
Mega 65. Vectrex.
Another 6809 system.
Commodore.
It's a Commodore 64.
Signals using interrupts and timers. Yep. What is it? HP machines and electronics. Is that closing there? Sun.
Like a Spark 10.
Oh, we get some SGI. Sun, and then after that, SGI. Octane 2, followed by 2.
I think all that
And that one I
radiation's
don't know
knocking
for
your
sure.
bandwidth down.
Right? Wrong side of the relays. Yeah.
Made in Canada computer. It looks like a Lisa.
It does, doesn't it?
Compact. What's that? Oh, it's like SX64.
I have one of those. Portable Apple, one of the first laptops.
Lunchbox.
Yeah.
Nice little lunchbox. Six.
Oh, the bandwidth's getting really bad now.
So game with two Lloyd vintage chips. I have to come back.
Is it just me? Is he like really breaking up now?
He's
breaking up
gone,
a lot.
Yeah,
basically.
he's breaking up pretty bad. Now we lost him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, he really is gone. So.
He'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, he was, like I said, all that radiation, I think, was interfering with him.
Yeah, he got behind the relays and in front of the Lisa, and
That was it. Okay, tell you what, why don't we jump over to Rick and see what you got to show today.
sure, why not? Let's see if I can make it work.
How's your snow gauge?
It is me. Oh, snow gauge is fine. I've just been on the wrong side of zero for quite some time, and I think we finally might have crossed above into the positive Fahrenheits. So, yippee skippy, life is good. Let's see, where was I? So one of the news, local news photographers posted this week. And
Wow,
as I
that's interesting.
suspected, Glenn's got another book out. He really pushes them books, man. So yeah, there's the news from Sundog. There's another book, I guess. This actually did come out this week, and yeah, I go on Facebook and there's Glenn. So I'm a believer now. It's not a myth. Now, OSK, remember these?
Uh-huh.
It's like drive connectors.
That's power for
motherboard power supply. I am now in the process of turning one of these into one of those.
There's a cable you can get on Amazon that will do that for you.
Oh, is there? So I don't have to rewire everything myself?
Let me dig it out of my stash and I'll show you what. I'll show it to you here.
Okay, perfect. Because I don't have one of these power supplies anymore, and that's what the olden Delmar needs. Because I sniffed it, and some of the pins are dead. It shouldn't be. So.
How much power does the Delmar need? I mean, could you use one of those?
Tiny. This little 400 watt thing's way more than is necessary.
So basically, it's got the 20 pin, and it breaks out to the 2 pins, and you got a spot for the switch. I did my own switch, but Amazon had these. It was just ATX to AT power cable.
Perfect. That will
couple of bucks.
That will actually fix what ails me. And then in terms of, let's see, where am I? I can't see myself. That's why. So
see, ask and we deliver.
Nicely done, because I was thinking I'm going to have to chop that off and chop this off and wire this to that and the other thing. I ran across this, which I remember designing projects to fit in this Radio Shack box. Because
I remember those.
They had a whole line of those things.
Yeah, and this was the biggest, nicest one because it was steel and the front didn't collapse.
And it's got the name Deluxe on it.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, they had worse ones, trust me.
Oh yeah.
And then old dogs, new tricks, so I had to get a bunch more parts. So that's my acquisition for the week. I have parts in a free box and parts that weren't so free. And I guess that's all I have to report for this week, because I've got to, all the stuff that I was promising to do last week, I've got to do next week, because this week has been a total wreck. So, James, all you guys, I was going to send you stuff. I will. Just wait till my world thaws out enough to move forward, I guess.
Okay. We haven't gotten Frederick back yet, huh?
We may have to let
Got
him.
a few things I can show off if you guys have the time now.
Wow, yeah, sure we do.
Oh.
All right,
go ahead.
So I've been working on this project. There is Julian Brown, who has the reproduction Dragon motherboards, and so I built one of those, and it is. I'm going to move my camera. I hope I don't make anybody have motion sickness, but it's all built out and it's running, and I've got the CoCo DV in there, so it's upgraded with that. And then it also has it's moving around right now. This is Bob Emery's turbo LED board, and then I've got Bob's keyboard. The keyboard in this case is attaching to the 3D printed case, and the Dragons, they have the case is the bezel for the keyboard. So this was redesigned so that it has the support for Bob's Artemus keyboard there. So you can see the comparison.
Sweet.
Original Dragon. So all new. I got a label that's coming. It should be in the mail maybe today, give or take ice storm. And so that's one project I wanted to share with you guys. I thought people would be interested in that.
What level Dragon?
It
32?
is a Dragon 32 reproduction, but it has 64K bytes on board,
Right.
and yeah, so basically no serial port. But
Right.
it's got the parallel port, and it's got the HDMI output thanks to the CoCoDV. So
Hmm.
that's fun. And it's working pretty well. It runs for about 10 minutes and then it crashes. So I got to figure that out. But when it's running, it runs good. It passes all the diagnostics. So it's something probably pretty subtle. So that's one thing I wanted to show you guys. And the other thing is I had received a couple of weeks ago, but I actually fired it up for the first time this week. And that is a Gakken Compact Vision TV Boy, which this is sort of a cousin of the Coco.
Yeah, it's got a VDG chip in it, doesn't it?
It's got a 6847, and the processor is not sure if it's a 6801 or a 6803. I only got one cartridge for it, and I can fire that up right now. And you can see, I don't know if you can see that from here, but I'll get this better for a future show. But it looks just like a 6847. It looks like a Coco or an MC10 game. And this particular game is the only game I have for it. It's a tank battle game. And it's definitely like semi-graphics mode. Only 2K bytes of RAM on that system. So it is very much feels like the MC10 processor. As I said, is on the reproduction carts, it's a 6803. So that's the same as the MC10, 6847. And this is a very interesting architecture because the main system has the 6847 in it and the RAM and some logic, but the cart is where the CPU is. So every cart you put in there has its own CPU. And so I'm going to try and build a cart that has it.
So it's like a backplane system.
Yeah, it's a pretty odd choice, but yeah, I'll like I said, I'll come back on the show before too long and show off a little bit more on that particular machine.
Yeah, I'd like to see that actually, because we did cover. There was a guy who did a couple videos for it about a year ago on YouTube in Japan that actually put up a few of the game card ports and stuff like that. I had no idea the CPU was actually on the cart though.
Yeah, it's a very odd design choice. But back in the day, especially when those processors were, I don't know, $5-10, probably about the same as the ROM on them.
Right.
I got a supply of CPUs off of eBay. I got 10 for 10 basically, and PCBWay is going to be coming through with a few cart PCBs, and so I'll build up, download and load up some new software for them. And there's actually several homebrew games, and I'm pretty sure it'll be easy to get the Inafudo games on there as well. So it'll be a fun experiment.
Cool. Yeah, I look forward to seeing that actually.
All right, that's all I got to show this week.
Okay. Hey, Rick, I sent you a message on Discord with the link.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Well, I think that's about all we had for project updates and acquisitions.
Yeah, unless we get some connection with VCF Montreal again. I did see in the Coco Discord that Sockmaster is actually there right now. But he said, as he pointed out, he said he hadn't seen Coco people in so long. He doesn't remember what anybody looks like to see if he's talking to Coco person or not. So I pointed out Henry Weigelt should have a NABU and a Coco 3 on the same table, and at least he'll know that one.
Yeah, the Port Coco. Need a name tag that says, "Hi, I'm a Coco lover," or "I'm a Coco nut."
Yeah, because there's at least half a dozen Coco people out there that I know of. So
need a name badge with that flashing cursor on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a couple of little acquisition I could show off if you want.
Sure.
Okay. How much more time are you needing there, Sloopy?
I just finished.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll be quick.
Let's see what Bill's got. I'm sorry, Bob.
Take your time.
All right.
I need to go use it.
Okay. So
just before you go, Bob, I just want to mention one other thing. There's another update from Sockmaster. He just literally posted a photo of one of the presentations called Color Computer 2 Enhancements. And he says he'll check out the Henry Whitefield's booth right after he finishes watching the presentation.
All right. So I forgot to mention, but last weekend was also a local show and tell for the retro computing show and tell. Anyway, a lot of you saw that I got one of these a while back and retrofitted it. And while I was there this time, I got another one just like it. So now I got two. These are great sticks. And this one actually has the switch inside of it. So I found out what that's for. This is actually, because the other one was just PC only. This one is PC and Apple. And you have to switch between IBM and Apple on the bottom. And basically that's just, I think it actually switches the voltage, like one of them is ground and one of them's 5 volts.
I remember the IBM works the same way as the Apple does, where they use a counter.
Maybe.
And move up capacitancy, unlike direct resistance like the CoCo.
But at any rate, I will be converting this for the duration of the show, or at least the next 20 minutes. But I think that was, oh, and one other thing I wanted to show off, and this is mainly for Rick. Let me switch my camera. So a while back, I sent some of these ribbon cables for the keyboard. And I recently found out that I can actually solder a pin header onto these. So this will work for the D boards. Yeah, for the D boards and other, you know, if you're building your own motherboard, you could just put a pin header instead of buying that flex cable.
Right, and just solder that on.
Socket. Yeah.
Those
instead
are
of a
awesome.
$4 socket. Yeah.
Unlike Chinese wires that won't solder even though they're supposed to be wire.
Yeah, right.
Here is a flex cable you can solder to.
And yeah, and you don't have to strip the ends.
Right.
So save your fingers some work, bro.
Amazing.
Anyway.
That is.
Yeah. Oh, and you can finally, I got a camera that you can see my breathing LED.
Breathes. Okay. Like it.
And as soon as I turn the power on, wakes up. Always starts green.
Is that your speed indicator LED?
It'll do that, yeah. So if I type oak 654 7 0.
Folk deer.
Now it's just doing the high speed thing.
Faster heartbeat.
Yeah, I don't have the
color.
I don't have the gimme chip on there. Oh. Or the gimme Z, I should say.
Oh, to put it into triple mode.
Right. Cool. Like it.
Then if I hit the reset button, go straight back to green.
Cool.
I must say the 609 version of Rescue and Fractalus runs really, really, really well at triple speed.
Mm-hmm.
I bet it does.
And again, that's Bill Athing's 3D printed bezel there. And it's like my feed froze. All right.
Nope.
That's all I got.
It's still pulsing.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Amber.
That's magenta, green, cyan.
Yeah.
Cyan.
Okay.
Okay,
Alrighty.
so just before we go on to anything else here, I just want to quickly show that picture that Sock posted for people that are kind of wondering about VCF since we lost the feed. So I think this is the right presentation that he's actually doing here. Okay, so here's a list of the presentations on today, and I think it's Fabian that's actually giving this from CoCo to Community presentation right now that Sock's actually attending. And there's a shot. So as he's right now, he's just going through the history of the Coco. Like he was talking about what's different between the Coco 2 after it was released compared to the original Coco 1, etc. But so yeah, there's a few. I know Jim Gerrie's doing some stuff there, and Fabian's doing some stuff. There's actually multiple Coco related talks during the show, so that's cool. And hopefully somebody can actually get online and actually have Sockmaster say hi. Yeah, I just want to share that quickly.
Okay. Game on then?
Sure. Sloopy's ready.
Yep, I have to find the right one since I'm not doing it with my buttons. All right, Sloopy, you're up. Sloopy. Sloopy. Oh boy.
This is going to be one of those smooth running shows this week, I can tell.
We got it going on, I'm telling you.
Okay, anybody have a Vodulac they can pull out?
Actually, Marco, since there may be other people in my situation that haven't had a chance to watch any of the presentations so far, I was wondering if you can just kind of run through the ones that already happened and which ones are coming up.
Gotcha. Okay. The Tandy Retro Show 2026. Unfortunately, Richard Lordieski of Boys on Tech had to bail. Something came up. So we opened up.
Is it weather?
With, no, it's not weather related.
Okay.
So we started out with a Model 1 programmer, Alex, lives on the West Coast like I do, California, and he wrote some games back in the day. I don't know if he got them published in, he did mention CeeLo, which was the one of the magazines for the Model 1. And so I think he had them published in that. So anyway, he had a couple games. He was showing the one that he had called Stars, and it looks a little kind of like Frogger, little ships that are going up. But anyway, he was talking about finding the source code again and revamping it, making it play itself. And it was a nice little presentation. Ron and I had a good, nice chat with him. And anyway, it's kind of cool. I'd like to see some more of his stuff. He's got some other games he's working on. And then Joel Avey came on, was talking about the basically the artifact colors on the Coco 3 and describing the original people who discovered that and then the newer stuff that Sockmaster is working on. So we'll cover more in his presentation because he was just getting into it and ran out of time. So, and then just the third one so far was Rick Hewlett, and we're talking about the Coco IO and his little game he's working on. So there's a lot more to cover on that one as well. Coming up after we do the CoCoNation here, I have a 2-hour slot for the Coco 4 machines. It's got, what you got, like 5 of them, I think, lined up, or at least show.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Brian yet this morning, so I'm not sure what time he's going to be on here. But
gotcha.
Joel's got one for sure, and I think
yep.
Rick, did you get your System 5 working, or?
I didn't get it working, but I have a pretty good talk about it.
Okay, because my TC9 is kind of working. Like it'll boot, and then it'll freeze after about 3 minutes or something. And some of the boot disk works sometimes, some not. So I'll try to get it running. But the ROM boot's actually working every time. So I'll at least have a little bit.
Sound Paradise said that Ryan was around earlier, so he should be on.
Okay,
so
cool.
Something must have come up. Then I have an hour gap, although maybe I could get Richard to come back on that slot. And then supposedly, I haven't heard from him today, but Henry Strickland is going to be on talking about his TFR9. And basically, I think it's software definable hardware. I think basically he's manipulating the Raspberry Pi, the RP2040 or whatever it is, to provide peripherals for the TFR9. So anyway, more on that, his particular project. So, which runs OS 9. Okay. That's all I got for the day. That's all we got.
What about the other 8 o'clock one?
The other 8 o'clock one?
Yeah.
Which one did I miss?
Radio Shack Model 1 from Retro Shack Info.
Yeah, I mentioned that first. That's Alex.
Oh.
Retro Shack Info?
That's what it says on my list.
Okay. Anyway, there's only one Model 1. So
was it a typo? Was it a typo on the website?
Must be a typo. Must be a typo. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now back to Sloopy. You missed your cue before.
Oh, sorry.
Can't hide this time. You're already on the screen.
I had to sneak out and take care of something real quick. I said it, but I guess you didn't hear me.
Yeah, we didn't.
Nope.
I got to speak louder.
So take it away.
All right, let's see here. Share screen 1, screen 2. There we go. This. Share. All right. We played Python, which let's try this. Yes. Which was our 299th game. Oh.
That many.
Yeah. So many I have to use the second disk drive.
Have you ever thought about just swapping the 2 discs?
No, because then that will confuse me on the game on Challenge Live, because the first disc is the pre-show screen.
We're also going to teach you how to use the run command sometime.
That's an advanced topic there.
Actually, I do that to delay so that my mind can get ready for what I'm about to do.
Oh, okay.
We played Python by Andrew Sidley, modified by our very own Coconut Bob.
Yep, and there's also an MC10 version that Jim Gerrie just modified too. So with the MC10
nice.
owners.
We had 9 Snake Charmers, and in 9th place, 8 Bits in the Basement with 192. 8th, Mark B with 460.
I'm not on the bottom?
No.
Wow.
But we are happy that 8 Bits in the Basement is playing again. 7th with Ed Rhodes with 1055. 6th with Doug Werner with 1330. 5th, Jim Rye with 2972. 4th, hey, that's my name, 4352. Third place was Shenley with 6749. Then Dr. Ted with 13464.
What?
And the number 1 Python player is... Anyone can guess? Anyone?
I know.
Coconut Bob with 14,469.
Wow.
So.
All right, the CoCoNation salutes.
Coconut Bob.
Coconut Bob.
Salute.
Man, that's twice. I've just totally forgotten what the heck your name was.
Right between here and there. Just
10 seconds, Bob.
Yep.
Yeah.
Need another pill.
What is your name?
So. Yes. So we played Python, which was a basic game, and seemed pretty good. There wasn't very many complaints or anything about it, so it must be pretty good.
Just a little bit repetitive.
Yes. Speaking of which, I did notice one thing. All right, now I only tried this in an emulator, but not on a real machine. But in a Coco 1 and 2, the game got really fast, really quick. Like, I wasn't able to get past like the 3rd or 4th level. But when I went from using the Coco 1-2 to using the Coco 3, the speed didn't seem to change, and I was able to go much farther. I actually got to level 10 or 11 when in the first one I wasn't, with Coco 1 or 2, I wasn't able to get past the level 3. Anyone else notice this? Bueller.
I didn't play it, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, it did seem to speed up, yeah.
Yeah. So
I think there might have been a bug in the emulators or something that's causing that behavior, because it played the same on my Coco 1 back in the day.
yeah.
I can't imagine it would even be capable of speeding up as fast as what it was doing to y'all.
Exile in Paradise says, oh, we need to check Coconut Bob's source code. And Heavy Systems Inc. says, Bob's a plant from Twin Galaxies.
I did that high score live on the stream.
Yes.
Well, on the show, I should say.
Yeah. So there's video evidence of it.
And that's just where I decided to quit because I got bored. It's pretty much play until I decide to quit.
Yeah, that's why I stopped at 4,000 myself, because when I started playing on the Coco 3, it got really tedious, and I'd already been playing for a couple hours. So, but anyone else comment about have any comments about the game?
I know Jim Gerrie's MC10 version, he did some, minor speed ups and stuff too, but he also changed the scoring a little bit. Added a high score table too, I think. So I don't know if Bob, if you want to work with Jim and maybe make a master copy for both machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be one of those things that could work on both.
Well, it does work on both. It's just that you guys both did patches and things to it, but independently. So I'm not even sure that's the same. So now we got three versions floating around: the original, your modified one, and Jim's modified one.
Yeah.
Yes, don't everyone talk at once.
You're the host, get after it.
Let's see here.
What was the other game you was playing this week, Sloopy?
Leave it to Curtis to ask something
Warrior
important.
King.
Warrior.
Yes, Warrior
Yeah,
King.
Rick would remember because it's made by Sundog Systems, and he showed a Sundog earlier.
Right.
Yeah. So I have not played it yet. Has anyone else played it?
I have played, not recently, but I definitely have played it because I bought it from Glen.
I tried to play it, but it kept crashing on me while loading. So I'll have to work on that.
I know it's got some copy protection on the original discs, so that might be part of the problem.
Maybe.
Yeah, there was some instructions on the on how to get it working from the download that I saw.
Is it a like a regular format disc that's had the copy protection broken, or is it one of those DMK SDF ones that's got the odd sectors and stuff built in?
What I saw was, well, I saw two things. One, you had to put a disc in the first disk drive and then the game disc in a second disk drive, and it would modify the disc in the second disk drive to remove the copy protection so you could play it. And the other ones that I saw were just two discs in the drive. I'm not sure the details. I didn't.
Yeah, because I played it here. I played it off the original discs, which still work, but they're copy protected for sure.
Yeah, I haven't really done much with it, so I don't know.
I know the controls, especially on jumping, are a little bit iffy. You kind of, as one person mentioned, I think it was David Craker, that there's a trick you can do if you hold the jump button and then you move diagonally, you can actually pause to time your jumps, so you're not jumping like right into the water or something like that. Otherwise, it takes some pretty precise timing.
So, where is?
But graphically, it's a really nice clone of, or based on Rastan from the arcade, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen before.
Yeah, I was going through the PDF of the hot cocoa that the Python came from, and instead of just going straight to it, I started just scrolling through it and reading the magazine, because I never saw these back in the day, and got sidetracked looking at all the articles and the
they're fascinating read.
Yeah, and the
I was doing that this past week too. You're getting organized for the Coco 4's presentation coming up after the show.
And let's see here. I am about there because there it is.
First, I wasn't sure if that was Sloopy or Marc. You both sound like you have colds.
Yeah.
I'm just getting over mine finally. So,
well, mine's not sickness. There's this bag next to me, and I keep glancing over at it, and making me hungry, and the saliva shoots in my mouth and makes me cough.
He's gonna drown from hunger?
Yeah.
Did you have any live feed presentation from the Thursday show there, Sloopy?
Quick, while you still are.
There, let's do this, and then, well, I was trying to get the issue of Hot Cocoa on the screen. There we go. Yep, here's the issue of where we're talking about Python. Ooh, and it shows you what the variables do. Cool.
That's a common thing with the magazine listings.
Yeah. So
it definitely helped me make the decision to go ahead and try to modify the keyboard routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes they also put summaries like, this range of line numbers is this subroutine, and this range of line numbers is this subroutine, which also helps you do that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of a lot of magazines back in the day did that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to teach you not just here's a thing, type it in and try it. It's like we'll give you enough info that you can modify it or figure out what bug you introduced trying to type it in or whatever.
Yeah, there were two main magazines for the Atari, and the one of them, they really wouldn't show you much about the details of the program itself in the mid to later issues, but there was a second one that was pretty common, but it was more technically oriented, and they always had a variable list, subroutine list, and things like that. So,
yeah, I think at its heyday, I think the Coco had 4 major magazines being published at the same time. This is probably about mid-'83, so Color Computer News, Rainbow, Hot Cocoa, and Color Computer Magazine were all going at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, the Atari had Antic, Analog, Atari Explorer, which was actually produced in-house at Atari. And there was quite a few newsletters that were actually
magazine sized, yeah.
Yeah,
we had Spectrogram and Undercolor and a bunch of others like that too. There were like 120 pages, and that's not really a newsletter anymore.
So, alrighty, so let's see here. I guess we need to do a talk about this show that we had.
So every Thursday, one can join in, either in chat to ridicule players or join in live from on the Coco Discord, or you can play on an emulator, real hardware if you got that. You can play through Color Computer Archive's online emulator.
Mostly been focused on desktop.
All right, let's see here. All these Tandy retro shows, I had to find the and then where's the game on?
I saw it earlier today.
I saw it this morning.
There it is. All right, let's see here. And we come back here and we share. And we want to share this one here, I do believe. Yes. Alrighty. Yeah, it wasn't as much of a turnout as in the past. We only had 4 or 5 people playing. Where is everybody?
I imagine some are getting ready for VCF Montreal. Some of us are getting ready for the Tandy presentations this weekend. That's what I was doing.
I went to bed early.
Okay. And so the other people that are here, where were you? Yeah, Rick, where were you?
I was frozen, wrapped up in my easy chair with blankets all around.
Yeah, and you could have had a joystick controller going under those blankets. And
the joystick cable's too short. I'm sorry.
Well, make a longer joystick cable.
I keep meaning to join, but that's right when work day is over. We're starting to cook dinner, and sometimes though I do sneak the show onto the big screen just as a lurker. But yeah, it's bad timing for me. But I can probably sneak on next week.
Okay. All right, then. Everyone else. I mean, come on, Curtis. I mean, it's an hour out. There's
I'm waiting for the computers that Brian Weezer shipped. They've actually made it to Canada. The last tracking we did, it only took 3 weeks to get to the border, and they're now on a truck heading this way. But with -40, I'm sure the truck broke down and it'll be delayed again.
Yeah. There's 168 hours in a week. We only ask for 1 of them.
Yeah, but that involves me like driving back and forth an extra time once I get the computer set up, where it's handy all the time. That'll definitely help.
So, what does it say about me if all of my YouTube suggestions are the same as yours?
Yours? Yeah. I don't know about them. Sometimes they're questionable at best. But...
I mean, Sloopy, if you can find it a spot there where you can show like both games playing, just so people can kind of see what the 2 games were.
Okay. Let's see here.
Or is it trouble trying? Or you can do.
Curtis, we
lost Curtis. We lost Ken. We lost.
Lost Frederick.
Right.
We're losing everything.
Cheese and crackers.
We do have some game on footage.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was.
So Python was the winner. We're taking it.
Yeah.
I'm still on the call, aren't I?
Yes.
You just came back.
Oh, now you're back.
Yeah, I didn't disconnect or anything. I was hearing you guys still a little choppy, but I'm still hearing you.
It's still.
Oh, because I wasn't talking at the time. So
it's the chat says Curtis is ducking our challenge.
Right.
Yeah. Oof.
Hi, Scott.
Sorry.
I see. Wingnut was playing Nick's pinball.
Yeah. Sorry if you can hear that noise. We're expecting a lot of snow tonight, so my son is getting his 4-wheelers ready.
Fair enough.
To go for a ride in the snow.
I wish I had one.
Because it hasn't fallen here, it's all going over yet there.
Yeah.
And speaking of the snow here, Aaron, I guess, posted on their Discord on Thursday or Friday. The next Coco show, which is actually featuring Nick's pinball, was supposed to be being recorded tomorrow, but because they're expecting horrible weather and power outages and stuff, he's going to delay till at least Tuesday.
So, but yeah, the Game On Challenge Live, which
had my finger cam.
Yeah. And we see Bob playing here with a score of 13,000. Look at all those levels he's done.
That's the special Artemus key sequence that you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you see how he had 3 rows of levels? I got halfway through the second row, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Hey, I got ahead of Ken. That was all I needed.
Priorities.
All right, let's see here. So yeah, we had 4 or 5 people, but people dropped out quick because they wanted to get ready for this Snowmageddon, as they're calling it.
Yeah, I can't fault that there wasn't too many people there. Like I said, the people were getting ready for VCF Montreal. If they're up in that area, they're getting ready for the presentations under Marc's direction here for all day today. And then, like you said, Snowmageddon was hitting at the same time, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, here is Bob trying to play Warrior King, but it kept locking up.
Froze on me right there.
So nobody got it running during the stream at all?
I don't think they did.
I thought I saw somebody playing it, but I don't know.
Yep.
I'll have to check the archive and see exactly
Yeah,
what
we
versions are
haven't
on there.
found it online yet through the skipper. Let's.
So
we'll get them next week.
But yeah, that was the Game On Challenge Live. And as you saw, some people played other games. But Python was a pretty popular game. So I will stop sharing there. And let's see here. Any other comments or words of wisdom?
No, just that Warrior King, if you get to play that because it's on for another week, I believe, is going to be a little fidgety on the controls, so it'll take a little bit to get used to. They improved their fighting game engine a lot by the time Kim Guy came out.
Dixie says he ran away screaming and jumped into the water.
Yeah, Kieran says, I've played a couple of games of Warrior King and then ran away screaming as I jumped into the water for the nth time.
Yeah, that's where you have to use that
good.
trick of holding the button down to hold yourself and then move the joystick diagonally to do the jump.
So, all right.
Oh, that was a concerning sound.
What?
Is that Curtis? As you were looking over your shoulder, there was some kind of mechanical.
No, I got a cat.
No.
I didn't realize he's in the room here. I got the door shut. I think I have to let it back out.
No, that was my son.
Oh, okay. Different mechanical noise. I thought maybe, yeah.
I must have looked sideways right when his son made noise. So
Yeah,
I'm
because
gonna have to let him out.
the
That sound
garage
like a
is
boy-
like, yeah, just outside the garage is just beyond the wall that's behind my computer.
Yeah, I was going to say that was one heck of a cat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a 4-wheeler with a modified exhaust, and
Works,
it's loud.
yeah.
but
Oh, yeah,
also
it did
goes-
start. Okay.
It goes really fast. So, all right, let's see here. We covered the scores. We covered the game. We covered the second game. So I guess that's it for the Game On Challenge for this
We
week.
haven't implored participation yet.
We have a next game.
And we got a third game.
Oh, a next game.
Yeah.
Ugh. That means I
But
have
I
to
think
pick.
we already played that one.
I guess we have to pick a next game. That is so
37
difficult.
sided
And no
die.
one sent. Anyone have any recommendations for games we can play for the next 2 weeks?
Don't we have some new Inafudo games?
Detroit. Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
there's the new Quarks game, which has a shareware download free one from the 8-Bit Guy. We've got AWAS, I think is the name of the new Inafudo. I haven't made a disk image yet for, but the cassette images are available on their site.
Well,
That's a
guess
couple.
what? No one told me anything before now, so You get the
Sloopy, if
kit.
you'd watched the regular show, we announced them all last week.
Yeah, well, I would if
There,
I
I
could.
finally got you back now.
Yeah, I did watch it. So, let's see if anyone recognizes this game.
I don't.
Shopping spree.
Seems to have a card.
Amazon.com.
That's pretty bizarre colors too. Is this Coco 3 only, or is this
It's wrong. Yeah.
That better?
RGB.
Uh,
no? That still doesn't look like a. It doesn't look like a Coco 2 screen. It looks like a Coco 3 color set or something. You don't normally get a yellowish green with cyan.
Is that an Atari game?
No, it is not.
Supermarket sweep.
No, the name of the game is actually there at the top.
Shopping spree.
Shopping spree.
And for what platform?
It is actually a Coco 3 game.
It looks like in television.
It is from the January, February, March, April, May, June. From the July of 1989 Rainbow.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever seen this one in action anyway.
Yes. Basically, you're the shopping cart, and you got to pick up the coupons. Would you like to see how it plays?
Yeah, it's like a Pac-Man
Yes.
style game or something.
You're in these top 3 areas, and they go back and forth, and you got to get the dollar signs.
Oh, okay, so it reminds me of Rainbow Roach from Rainbow 10 years earlier.
Avoid
And
the
not hit any of
telemarketers.
the.
right.
Yeah, you have to not hit any of the product.
So almost a Frogger.
Yeah, it's Frogger, but shopping.
Somewhat.
Okay. Same
Yeah,
skills.
the middle section goes to the middle section goes to the right, and the top and bottom sections go to the left.
You don't have to
And-
get anywhere. You just have to exist.
Well, you have to go back and forth and not hit.
Right,
the wrong
but
thing.
just cruise right in
So
there.
how does the scoring system work? Is it just basically every dollar sign is a equivalent of a point, or
Yeah,
I don't see a score?
It counts how many
Okay.
coupons, which are the dollar signs that you get.
There you go.
See, and then you go to the different floors.
Okay, so the coupons is showing us how many you've gotten or how many you're left to get.
How many? The coupons it shows is how many you've left to get.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so how
There's
do we
the ball
score
move.
this game then, I guess, is the question.
Well, it's easy. Once you're done, you get like 3 shopping carts, I think. Yeah, this is my last shopping cart. And
So the mechanic's a little interesting because you don't move yourself. You just jump onto a different track.
Yes. And then game over. And you collected 11 coupons.
Okay, so coupon is the score. Okay. Gotcha.
So your coupons are your score. Yeah, you want to collect as many coupons as possible. It is written in BASIC, so it is eccentric in the controls, but it's not too bad.
Is it keyboard or joystick?
A joystick, actually.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was going through looking for a game, and I was like, I was originally looking for the magazine for Python, but I didn't realize I didn't remember that Bob had said that it was in Hot Cocoa, not in Rainbow. So I was looking in Rainbow, and I was looking
Wrong
at the
place.
games. I was like, I wonder if there's any good games. So I spent an hour going through all the Rainbow on disc and looking at and trying all the games, and some of them I would say are not exactly tier C games. And then I finally found a good one, and then realized we played it 2 years ago. If anyone remembers Prospector, which was a pretty good
Yep.
game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was one, and a machine language one.
Yeah. So, so then I continued on, and I found this, and I'm like, it's a little outside the ordinary, and has an interesting control scheme, so let's try it. If people don't like it, then hey, you can come and start finding games for us to play.
Well, I just
Or
gave you
like
2 suggestions here, though. I got to make the disk image for the Inufito one.
Just so you know, people that want to play this, you don't have to go searching for the game. I made a disc with the game on it that will be posted in the Game On Challenge Discord channel.
On the Discord.
Andy?
Yes. So... Reese cups. So I guess that's it. Good news, Ken should be back for his regularly scheduled Game On challenge next week.
Yeah, 'cause he didn't even make it to the live stream, did he?
No, he didn't. He actually is working or something.
Stupid life.
Is he filming on the planet Hoth or something?
Yeah.
Right? He had to get his tauntaun.
Oh wow. I've got two mailmen coming up to my house.
They really mailmen?
Yeah.
Might be ice.
Well, one of them is my regular mailman, so I think he's training someone new.
So hey, if you want to take part in the live Game On challenge, it's every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern on Discord. If you want to join in on the live streaming itself and be a participant that way, if you want to watch it and comment, you can hit that on either YouTube or Twitch on our channel. And hope to see you there.
Hey, I think people are more interested in my mailman than that.
I'm just trying to close the segment up.
Yes. But
Right,
yes,
in case you
it's,
disappear quickly, we gotta, get this all wrapped up.
Yes. So join us Thursday for the Game On Challenge Live, where we will be playing, hopefully playing Warrior, whatever it is, if we can
Warrior
get
King.
it loaded. Warrior King.
Warrior King.
And then we'll be playing Shopping Spree. So I do believe that's it. Back to you, Mark.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take our commercial break and come back with some news.
Hello everyone, it's your good buddy, your good pal Amigo, and joined by that dastardly The Brent from ARG Presents.
You're watching CoCoNation.
I feel like that should have been longer.
The CoCoNation Show would like to thank the following patrons: AC's 8-Bit Zone, Alex Gare, Alan Huffman, Barry Tompkinson, Boysen Tech, Brendan Donnie, Brian Walsh, Brian Weasler, Karen Askham, Coconut Bob, Daddy Burrito, David Ladd, Derek Smithson, Diego BF109, Don Barber, Eric Canales, Frederick Segard, Glen Hewlett, Graham Wabke, Grant Leedy, Henry Gernhardt, Henry Strickland, Jason Warrens, Jeffrey Drywater, Jim Mullis, Justin Larson, Ken Reichard, Kevin Holloway, Mark Castellan, Michael Hill, Patrick Euland, Paul Fiscarelli, Paul Shoemaker, R. Allen Murphy, Richard Harding, Rob Inman, Rocky Hill, Steve Batson, Terry Trapp, TJB Chris, Tom C., Tom Gunderson, Tom S., William Athing. Thank you so much, patrons. If you would like to support the CoCoNation show, sign up at patreon.thecoconation.com.
Hey everyone, I'm TJB Chris, and I'm watching the CoCoNation live show, and so are you. And probably shouldn't be pointing that thing at you. Enjoy!
The CoCoNation would like to thank our Discord boosters, Boysen Tech, Frederick Micro Hobbyist Sagard, Glenside Computer Club, Paul Fiscarelli, Paul Shoemaker, and Wingnut 2626. Please consider joining Discord and visiting the welcome section to see what the community has to offer. Just go to discord.thecoconation.com.
When you want the latest in TRS-80, Tandy, Dragon, MC10, and all of their hardware cousins, no matter what it takes, or where news breaks, from around the world to your nation. The CoCoNation News with L. Curtis Boyle.
But before we get to that, Frederick just came back on after he got disconnected. I know the bandwidth there is pretty oversaturated by the looks of it. We lost you fairly early on, and there was really choppy before that happened. So.
Oh, okay. Well, let's try it again. And
nope, it's chopping up already.
4 words did it in.
Yeah, you're really chopping up. We lost your video completely.
I think it's the zone I'm in. How about now?
It's better. A little low res, but it's actually worth seeing some video. Oh, there's a whole bunch of Cocos.
Coco. The most important.
Yay!
Coco Bite.
There the Coco 3.
That's quite a few Cocos there.
Man with taste.
Yeah, that's it for you. Well, I need that.
Rodney Zach's book. Yeah, that's a good one too. So is this stuff on display, or is he actually selling some of that stuff, Frederick?
I believe, yes, he is selling it. That's mine, and most of it is sold. So I got here my my projects that I worked on, or some of them at least. And I used to have a tower of computers here, from there to there. It's all sold. You know how I managed to sell everything almost? I didn't put a price tag. I just say, what do you want to pay for it? Because my goal was not to make money, but to make space in the house. So we got a nice back, so we can.
Did you find Henry Reitfeld's table? Because Sockmaster said he was going to pop by there.
What are the?
He should have a Coco 3 and a NABU if that helps.
I did not see a Coco 3 with it. Oh, wait a minute. I think so. Oh, no. The other side of there. I'll go see.
I haven't seen Sockmaster in so long. I know Nick and I would recognize him.
You know, oh no! Do you think they'll see if I just take that?
Yeah, the multi-pack.
So you can do it. It's the processor. So we've got NABU here. Huh? Coco.
Is that Henry sitting there? The red shirt?
Huh? Is your name Henry?
Yeah, that's
yes,
Henry.
It is. CoCoNation Live.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Ask him if Sockmaster popped by.
Come down here. I'm not representing Coco, but I'm still here.
Curtis is asking if Sockmaster is here.
Wouldn't be surprised though, because he's from here, right?
Yeah, he's at the show already because he was actually in one of the presentations.
Okay.
I saw Fabian.
All right, it's okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't see Sock here.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, he's there somewhere, but I don't know where, if he's found Henry yet.
I'm entering the dead zone, so be careful. It might lose something.
Yep, it's dying right away. You're right.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind sending one. I sent one to.
How about now?
No, you're there. We can see it. It's actually not too bad right now.
It's a pet.
There's
T-Pug
T-Pug.
magazines.
That's what Frank Lynn Harris is part of. It's longest running users group. Glenside's not too far behind though.
Please, yeah, I can take it. Let me take it. Sure. We have a defective brand card for $5,000.
The Mac XL.
Coco One just being carried around.
Right.
Hopefully that means it's got a new home.
Yeah, it's a new acquisition. Exactly.
Yeah, let's try the other side. So that's my wife right there. Hello, wife.
She's not mad yet. Cool.
Hey,
That's because she's keeping
Frederick's
all the
thinning the
money.
herd. And she's thinning the herd.
She's happy about getting all that stuff out of the house, I think. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but and then she keeps all the money.
They should be playing Gatecrasher, right, Nick?
Yeah, right.
These kids.
Development systems for trainers.
So what does attendance seem to be like, Henry? It looks like it's actually fairly packed. And I'm assuming there is actually presentations going on right now too. So
Another.
oh yeah, another whole batch of Cocos here.
It looks like Deep Bruce is in the chat.
Coco Ones with enhanced keyboards and
Oh yeah, it's Lief Bloomquest at the T-Pun table. It's a childhood friend of D. Bruce.
Keytronic keyboard there.
Who is?
Lief, or Lief
CoCoNation
Bloomquest.
Live. It's the CoCoNation live stream. Say hi.
And
went computer.
That one Coco looks a little weird.
Yeah, we went there too. Which one? Which one?
That yellowed one. Maybe it was just the angle.
Yeah, it's just a 3 with a weird
Yeah,
angle.
it is yellow compared to the others.
Yeah, all the white ones. The old
Are we
Cocos are white,
surprised?
and the new one's all yellow.
Yeah, the latest model's yellow.
Not only the case, but the keyboard also yellowed
So-
kind of evenly.
Yeah, that puppy was
I'm
outdoors, just
entering the
like
dead
this
zone,
thing.
so I'm entering the dead zone, so you may lose me.
All right, Deep Bruce is asking if you'd go back to the T-Pug table and ask for Lief.
Lief.
Bloomquest.
Leaf?
Yeah, Lief.
And what should I ask
Lief
for that
Bloom,
after that?
Bloomquest. Ask if Lief Bloomquest is there. It's a childhood friend of D. Bruce Moore.
I'll never use
CoCoNation Live, where I've been asked if Leif is here.
Bloomquest.
He's not.
No, he's just not here.
Okay. All right.
I would T-Pug.
Oh.
The other guys are not here right now.
Okay. Thank you.
But I know Leaf is not, they did not make it here today.
Okay. Thanks.
He will be at, we are printing live brochures for the Commodore, Toronto, December 5th and 6th. And 6th. I don't think you can scan the QR code line, but it's at T-Pog.ca.
Yeah, resolution's too low.
T.ca. And we'll be
So World of Commodore, December, is that December?
expect to
5th and
see
6th?
everybody.
Yeah, next December.
Oop, we lost him.
That line printer did him in.
It's like one big Faraday cage around there. There's actually a lot of Cocos out there, though. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah,
good,
whole tables of.
I mean, you guys have gone to VCFs and other places that I've never been to one yet. But is there usually that many Cocos there, or is it more rare?
Not that I've seen. Not a VCF West or Northwest.
Yeah, south there wasn't a whole lot of Cocos.
Cool. I might have to bump that up in my list of VCFs to attend then, because
Right.
there seems to
This
be a
might
kinship
a
there.
cool one.
At least you don't have to leave the country, right?
Nope, Frederick's back on.
Yeah, unfortunately, dead zone. So this is the other room where most vendors are.
Well, this is the buy it room. Eh?
Yeah, exactly.
I want that Extron thing. That's a video thing, isn't it? I need
Yeah, it
that.
should be. Apple IIe's.
Model 1, it looks like there.
Yeah.
Yep, that's my one.
Language card.
Ooh, drives.
Got some.
Oh, British Jack drives.
If you really want to drive with the belt, you can have one.
Yeah, and they're white case. I think those are the 40 track ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
The old gray ones with the 35.
The specific gray one. The one that's got the
that
push
push
button slide door.
Eject.
Yeah, the disc cruncher thing, right?
Yeah, the ones with the tannin drives.
Closed down over the disc and broke it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, you guys might have said that already, but David Bruce Moore mentions in the chat that Lief has code running on the Mars rovers.
Yeah, cool.
Nope. Getting into a dead zone again. Oh wait, back.
Aster with the
Nope, I may lose you again.
Right. The problem is he doesn't know that he's gone.
good sound from Gregor. How about the time?
Am I back? Testing one, two,
Choppily,
one,
but
two.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got a bit
We
of
have to get you an
software
Ethernet cable. You're just gonna have to drag it around the whole place.
There you go. Just a big old cable.
Yes.
We have
Well,
Frederick
you
tethered.
know what the problem is here, right? The problem is we're in a Faraday cage.
Exactly. And there are places you just can't go. And you don't know until you die. Right?
So that's
Definitely seems to be
basically
a
it.
pretty good sized event for their first one ever, though.
Well, yeah, if you try to take a bird's eye view here.
I like it. Yeah, that's impressive. I'd go. If I could get there.
For first event, yeah, it's pretty packed. Now my wife just called me saying, "Hey, come back. I think she wants to sell something, but she doesn't know the price." So I will let you go.
Okay, well, thanks for giving us the quick tour.
Okay.
Exactly.
You're welcome.
If you manage to capture
Bye.
Sockmaster, just interrupt the show.
Right of you.
Will do.
Thanks, Frederick.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, now back to the news.
Hey, so we'll start on the Game On news here. News is a little light this week because, like I mentioned before, there's a couple of things happening this same weekend, so people are preparing for that. Okay, first off, we mentioned last week that Quarks, which is a kind of a version of the Columns arcade game that came out, I think, in the early 90s, like 91 or something, or maybe it was late 89 or something like that, on the arcade. And then we've had a previous Coco conversion from John Strong. The 8-bit guy basically did a port for the PET and the C64, and Paul Shoemaker's been working on the Coco 3 one, which we demonstrated last week. And he's already got the Coco 1 and 2 and Dragon versions ready now as well. So the Coco version uses artifact colors, and the Dragon version, and I'm assuming the PAL Coco 1 and 2 would be using the P-Mode 3 colors. So he released a couple quick videos here to kind of show you what it looks like and sounds like. So this here is the Coco one, and this is running at 60 Hz NTSC. The music is a little bit different on the Dragon version because of the 50 Hertz, and also he had to avoid the problem on the Dragon 64 itself because it actually doesn't do the VSync properly, I think. I remember, or no, it shuts off H-Sync or something, I think, during the V-blank or something completely. So it's a little bit off. The Dragon 32 is a bit more robust at doing it, but he got it to work. I like he actually used the Apple logo here with the bite out of it.
I actually like that he's got both colors there, so you know.
Yeah.
Red, orange really means red in this case. You know.
Well, also your tint control, because you could make it red.
But yeah, if you're saying is the apple red, well, it's
you can make it
than
purple
the
if you
stem,
really ram it through. So it
it's not blue, so it explains to you what the two possibilities are. I like it.
You guys hear the sound?
It's nice. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, not bad.
This is available for immediate download on the 8-Bit Guys site. The link to it is in the show notes on the Discord.
I just have to say that is not an A. That's Quidrix.
The same animatic backgrounds we saw in the Coco 3 version last time. More limited sound effects, but nice explosions on you here shortly.
It reminds me of Tetris.
It's loosely based. I mean, Columns, I think Sega did the original arcade one. And it even allowed 2-player simultaneous, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, if you rotate, you always get 3s. They're always vertical, but you get to rotate through them if you want to change the order.
It's like Tetris Crush or some Candy Crush Tetris or something. Yeah.
It's a fun one. I played John Strong's Gems is what his is called. He made a Gems 2 as well. That's kind of based on it, but had a lot of fun with those back in the 90s. Anyway, that's what the Coco 1 and 2 Artifact NTSC version looks like. So let's take a look at the Dragon one, which I'm presuming is the same as the PAL Coco. If you're in Europe or Australia, it would look like this. And because of the 50 Hertz, the music's a little different. I mean, the tune's still recognizable, definitely pitch shifted. And you got your multiple tile sets that you could pick from, just like all the other versions. But yeah, he cranked these out really quick here. So he got the Coco 3 version done in a few weeks, and he got the Coco 1 and 2 and Dragon versions out within a week after that. Now, we were kind of discussing this last week when he did some screenshots of concepts of doing the P-Mode 3 versus P-Mode 4 artifacting. Now that you guys have actually seen the gameplay footage actually playing, do you guys have a preference between either of them? I personally prefer the artifact version, but...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But this isn't bad. I mean, I can recognize banana shapes and strawberries and stuff.
I mean, it's funny that the European thing that we kind of went with the fruit game. You know, like the slot machine. Instead of numbers and cards, they use fruit. Well, here we go again.
Well, you get to pick. There's tile sets in there with like smiley face icons. There's the classic gem version. There's the fruit version. So you get to pick which one you want at the beginning.
Oh, okay. I just thought that was a funny. Okay, it's just the tile set.
Not bad. And it's the very first game that's been officially completed for one of the 8-Bit Guys games for the Coco. I know EJ and I had started on the Petsky Robots one, and then
Slacker.
Yeah. Well, I only joined it late because like EJ was just asking for some help, so I went and helped him, optimize speed up. But it basically needs the memory map remapped to finish it. Unfortunately, I just haven't had time to do that. But if anybody wants to take it over, I know somebody was asking about it. I've still got all the source code and the resources. I think Joe or EJ had done some really nice Coco 3 enhanced graphics because we were working with the original Petsky font first. But
right.
the 16 color graphic version he did, he kind of borrowed from the Amiga. Actually looks really, really nice. But anyway, there you go. Those are available for download right now. From what I understand, the Coco 3 version, there's a shareware version that has limited tile sets that you get to pick from, but the Coco 1, 2, and the Dragon versions are apparently the full versions, and they're free for download. They're not making special carts or anything for that. Just the Coco 3 one, and they got multiple options like we showed last time where you can get just the cart. You can get the cart signed by the 8-bit guy. Paul's not signing them. He did clarify that during the show last week. But yeah, it's a nice port, and if you haven't played Columns before in the arcade or on other machines, it's actually quite a fun game. It's a little bit simpler than Tetris, so it's not as much thinking required, which is why I like it. But it's a lot of fun. Might be a good high score candidate. Hint, hint, Sloopy. Next up after that, we have Rich Stevens posted an update to the Coco FujiNet game Battleship, which we've demonstrated a few times now with the configurations of playing it against other 8-bit machines over FujiNet. And you can play, across, the room or across the country, across the planet with. And the thing that he added on this latest version, on the Coco version of it, is he's added joystick support. And you can use the primary button to select to both turn on the joystick. As soon as you click the button and go, oh, you want to use joystick, not keyboard. And it'll also register whether it was the left or right joystick and then assume that's what you want. So if you want to switch between right and left, you can actually just hit the button on the other joystick and continue playing. So that doesn't really change the gameplay. So it won't, show it being played or anything here, but it makes an alternative way to actually play the game other than the keyboard controls. And if you look on Facebook, and you can get the show links once again from there in the Coco Discord, you can see there's a direct link for the disk image if you want to give it a shot if you have a FujiNet. After that, the Alimist on YouTube has actually been doing all these speed runs of adventure games and being fairly Coco-centric himself. He's done quite a few Coco ones, and he's actually put 2 more up this week. And he's actually currently going through the first Rainbow Book of Adventures. So for those of you who don't know, this was published by Rainbow Magazine. And it was based on their first adventure game writing contest. So people submitted in, I think there was some like 200 or 300 adventure games, and they picked like the top 12, and they have different categories like graphical versus text and how much RAM or, different things like that. And he's done 2 of them this week that are from that first book. The first one here is called One Room. This was written by George Mers. So anyway, he was participating in the very first adventure game contest. Probably recognizes his name because when they did the announcement for it in August of 1982's Rainbow, George wrote a program called ADV Maker, which is basically a skeletal structure in BASIC of an adventure game engine. And then you just insert data statements and then some if-then statements to act on objects and stuff. And I used that myself on as a base for the game I did for the second Rainbow Book of Adventures for RingQuest. I just modified it to handle graphics as well, but that was based on George's original. And he decided, if I remember correctly, the first Rainbow contest, George entered in 2 things. He had one where he tried to fit as many rooms as he could in 4K. And then this particular one here, it's an escape room type thing. So he made the game complicated and a lot of things to go through, but it's just a single room. You never leave the room. You have to manipulate objects and search things and that kind of stuff to figure your way out. And the Alimist actually comments on this because he comments during the video while he's playing it or setting up for the playing. And he mentioned that this might be the very first escape room game ever done, as far as that computer game goes, because this would have been written in probably mid to late 82 and then got published in 83. I'll let you just hear a little bit of the intro here so you can kind of get a feel for what his stuff is like if you've never watched his speed runs.
Hey, Moon Crew, what's going on? Today we are playing One Room by Jorgen Nier. This is a one-room text-based adventure that was originally published in the Rainbow Book of Adventures back in 1982 for the TRS-80 CoCo. And we've been playing all these CoCo adventure games, just having such a good time with them. We just recently added all like 50 of the games that appeared in the Rainbow Adventure book to Launchbox, with all the little images that appeared in the magazine, so we'd have some graphics in our Launchbox launcher, and figured like it was a good time. Let's just start knocking them out. So this is the first one. One room, no traversing, less than 30 commands, I believe, because we know the code to the vault. So this is going to be mighty quick. Here we go, team. Let's knock it out.
As you can see from here, the starting thing is you're in the middle of a room, sitting on a chair and blindfolded, and you have to figure out how to get out. So it kind of reminds me, I think, was it Paul and Tom Thayer did a kind of escape room thing we had to manipulate objects, except there was a graphical one that we covered on the show just a couple of years ago, I think it was, for the Coco 3, where the same thing, you have to kind of like manipulate the objects you see around you to find other objects and then kind of figure out how to get out of the room. I'm not going to spoil it for you. The second one he did, there was another one from the first Rainbow Book of Adventures called the Ruby Chalice. And this is a more traditional style game here. I'll just fast forward a little bit. Originally written by Justin
There's
Vale.
like less than 50 commands. This should be real quick. Less than a minute, now at least less than 2 minutes, I'd hope. So,
and of course, like I mentioned, he's a speedrunner, so he's trying to do this as fast as possible. So he figures out how to win the game first. Then it's a matter of typing in as fast as you can without mistakes and getting through the game as quickly as possible. And the last game on news is Microcolor Star Trek, originally written by Mike Mayfield, 1974. I believe that's the original Star Trek written on PDPs way back in the day, or at least based on it. This is a modification to an earlier version that Jim did. So he did some enhancements, including fix some little bugs that were in his original port and may have been in the original game itself. I'm not sure. Added a title page, a win screen, and a high score rating screens, and also a little bit of music and sound added to it. I think the original one was more of a straight port from the PDP, which would basically be terminal based with no sound at all. Now you did a nice little low res title screen. Not a bad enterprise for 64 by 32 one-color graphics. I'll skip the orders because it's pretty well the same for all Star Treks. But not bad, you know, a little text representation mixed with some semi-graphics for your different sectors. A red alert here until you get to an input command. A little bit of animation when you kill the Klingons. Anyway, Jim, of course, has these all on his blog site you can hit, and he's got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games for the MC10. He's even got some Coco ones and even some Basic 9 ones for OS 9. That's all I had for Game On news this week. Like I said, it's a little bit sparse because I think a lot of people are getting ready for the various shows, including VCF, which we've seen some live footage, and then, of course, the special Tandy shows that are running all day today before and after our show. A big thank you to Marc once again for organizing that. I'll get to regular news. Okay, so first up, this was posted on the World of Dragon forums, and if you aren't a member of that, you should join because they do cover some Coco stuff too. That's also where the announcements for AGD games releases almost always come first and are immediately available for download, and there's no delay as we sometimes have in the Color Computer Archive. But before I get into the first story here, I wanted to mention an update that Glen Hewlett had posted on the Coco Discord of his basic to 609 compiler. He said, update, I've gotten if, for, next, do, while, when, case, all working with the different numeric format types, and many commands are now working. So he's been adding some more math because basically the original, basic from Microsoft for the Coco is just floating points. He's been adding integer and long integer and stuff like that. I think doubles were really precise, and he's actually been getting all the math functions to work with it. So that's coming along pretty good. He's currently fighting with the, and he gives an example of because var pointer, which is a command to get the pointer to the structure of where a variable is and what kind of a variable it is. Number array 5,5 command, so using arrays. As a compiler is built to calculate the location and RAM of the array and give the value of the contents of that memory location, not the memory location itself. He says, I'm working on it. I'm hoping this will be the last hard command to convert to handle the various numeric format types. If so, I hope to have version 5 of the compiler out within a month, maybe sooner if things go well. So good to see he's getting all that, because that's actually going to give some capabilities I don't think any of the other compilers add, except for maybe C or something, where you have, especially for a basic type thing, where you're actually got a whole bunch of different varieties of variable formats, even more than Basic 9 supports, and more precise floating point and long integers and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. He's also planning on doing some more support for semi-graphics, the higher semi-graphics modes, which is something that Nick and I fiddled with Basic, when you can kind of fool it to do certain commands with it. But this will be the full compiled to 609 and 609 assembly language. So I'm imagining you can do some pretty interesting stuff with that. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm sure some of the game programmers out there could have a field day with, really, really fast semi-graphics 24 and 12 commands. Anyway, back to this one here. So there's a new version of, or not new version, but XWR profiling tools. And this is by Mike, going by Blue Arcus. And you can actually go download it, but basically it's a way to use the output of XWR trace output that Karen had added to XWR recently, and basically a way to parse it really nicely and go through it. So it's available for download right there if you want to grab it from the World of Dragon Archive. And I think a couple people have mentioned in Discord that they're going to download and try it, because XWR has definitely become one of the most popular for doing anything Coco related, and it'd be interesting to see where that goes from there. Next up, we have Julian Brown. He posted a couple updates, so I just picked the most recent one here. So an update on his CPLD-based VDG board. This is for his re-implemented Dragon that's not just a clone of the old motherboard, but the one that's kind of a bus system where you can plug in like a CPU card and a video card and a sound card and whatever else I/O cards you want. And I'll just read his verbatim statement here. But he says, after the rather disappointing end to yesterday's exploits with my CPLD VDG prototype, there's some good news. The rest of the code is working, at least as far as I can test. Sorry?
Welcome back, Curtis.
Oh, did I disappear again?
Yes, you
Oh, how long was I gone?
And
I don't know what I missed.
Until just now. So
but how long? Like, did you guys
we were looking at Julian Brown's working implementation, and
okay, so you got to the Julian Brown, like you guys heard about the XWR tracing thing? Or was that I'd gone for that too?
We had just gotten into this, and then I had to come running back because I had wandered away and everything stopped. So I guess.
Yeah, I've got guests here. They might be using some bandwidth watching Netflix in 4K or something. I'm not sure. That might not be helping.
Right. But yeah, the wires froze or some dang thing, right?
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, I'll just repeat for Julian's post. Hopefully you guys caught the stuff on the XWR tracing profiling tool. If not, the show notes are still in the Discord. You can grab them and kind of follow along from there. The links are directly in there. Maybe I'll just read his post here verbatim. So after the rather disappointing end to yesterday's exploits with my CPLD VDG prototype, there's some good news. The rest of the code is working, at least as far as I can test it. The only features not implemented are lower resolution graphics modes, mostly there but completely wired up. Internal character ROM, coded but bypassed at the moment. Semigraphics 6, which is that little odd mode 64x48 with only 4 colors, if I remember, 3 colors. Coded but bypassed. And then full 12-bit data address counter, originally planned for but abandoned. And then he's got a direct link to his GitHub if you want to take a look at his HDL source that he's using for that. Next up after that, this was mentioned on the show that Marc was on last week after the CoCoNation, which is namely the TRS-80 Trash Talk. And Marc showed up right at the very end to pop in and promote his own show. So.
Yeah, better late than never, but I should have been earlier.
Yeah. Did you forget or were you just busy?
Visiting mother-in-law. She's in, anyway, so.
Right,
okay.
right. You don't walk away until, she wants you to walk away, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, they announced on there the author of TRS-80 GP, another emulator that's gotten really popular because it not only emulates, all the TRS-80 model stuff and, models 12s and 16s and all the Z80 based stuff. Also emulates the CoCo 1 and 2s. But they've been adding a few other things that are kind of part of that too. And one of the ones they added in here, like they added Videotex recently, but they added Project Green Thumb, the original thing that Videotex was based on. So this is the very first prototype stuff. You can actually emulate that now. So that's one of the new things. Plus there's the standard, bug fixes and stuff here. And he's got a complete list of what was updated in this latest version here, which is version 2.5.6, which you can download. So Green Thumb emulation, some bunch of stuff for the Z80 base machines, fixes with Mod 12, 609 subtract compare operations no longer modify the half carry flag. So there's some bug fixes even for the CoCo side of things as well. Some better printer menu options, a disk viewer to modify sector data directly. Just a whole bunch of stuff here. So it's the first major update in over half a year, actually. Mind you, he's doing a lot better than I am with EOU.
So is Green Thumb the one that was in the Model 1 case and just had a keypad on it? Or is
Yes.
that the one that's in a CoCo 1 case?
That's the I believe it's the original Model 1 case one. And then they kind of segued into, what became Videotex, which is a CoCo 1 case a few months before the CoCo 1 came out. But it's nice having these historical things, because that was there was a few hundred of those made and sent to, I think it was Kentucky and Louisiana or something like that. And
Right.
there's very few of the originals left. So
no one has actually had one to play with. So.
Yeah. By the way, Alan Murphy's mentioning in the chat. He said, I think Rick's network took a hit. Curtis was going fine for me.
Oh,
did anybody else on the panel experience me kind of dying off there?
I think you went quiet for just a little bit, but
like 30 seconds.
I didn't notice any problem.
Oh,
Oh,
so
well,
the winter storms must be hitting all over the place.
Let's continue while we're working, right? We'll fix it in post.
That would be a whole week itself.
Right. Oh, Jesus, we need a whole new crew.
we'd have to reshoot it all.
Yeah. Okay, next up, post on the CoCo Facebook group by Jeff Gubash. Gubash? I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Not somebody I'm familiar with. But he posted a basic listing, which is actually kind of an interesting little thing. He says the following listing will change your flashing cursor. So the normal CoCo cursor that Microsoft basically rotates through all the colors as a big, 2x2 semi-graphics block.
Disco cursor.
Turns it into a twirling like gear. I think I haven't had a chance to run this basic program. It's fairly short. It's got a little ML routine that kind of hooks into basic to change the cursor. I'm guessing it's something like Henry when he was doing his fourth interpreter, because he actually had kind of a rotating dot that keeps changing color cycles through the colors, but it rotates the dot through the cursor. I'm guessing it's something like that, but this is why you can get it going like in Microsoft Basic. This will run on a CoCo 3 pretty well unmodified, I think. It just pokes it right in. Otherwise, I think you have to run one of those 64K RAM things to patch Basic. I'm not positive on that, though. I haven't actually tried it. It may run without that. I'm looking at the S equals 32768, which I'm assuming S is the stack pointer, so we might run 32K if it patches in a vector hook, and then you'll run some little ML code that's up right near there.
So, do we know, does this do the checkerboard graphic?
Well, he just describes it as a twirling like gear. So it's not a very big program. You're literally looking at the whole thing on the screen.
Right.
You skip
So
the first
it
two
can't
lines because
be-
those are M's.
It can't be fancy. It's got to be like the alternate.
Yeah, unfortunately, he
font
typed in
thing
all
or
the data statements for the pokes in decimal, and I don't remember all the opcodes in decimal. If it's in hex, I might be able to actually guess some of the code. But
Oh, it could be like the old sun cursor, which was front slash backslash horizontal.
I mean,
oh yeah, it could be that too. Yeah,
vertical.
it does like dash
anything-
pipe.
yeah.
Oh, there's no pipe on the CoCo 1 and 2 though, is there on the VDG?
No. Anything bigger than 128 is going to be graphics, semi-graphics.
Well, those might be opcodes because I know it's a machine language subroutine because it execs it.
I guess someone's going to have to
They're
actually
doing
use
poke
this.
I, comma D, and print I, comma CHR string, comma D.
Yeah, that's to verify that they would look at the line 300. It does the exec at the address it's poking at.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Okay.
it could be the twirling one because you could use a dash, like a hyphen. You could use the
Okay.
forward backslash, and you could use a exclamation mark, I guess, to make a spinning
Mm,
text-based
right,
one.
close enough.
Or it could be like the rotating single pixel within the 2x2, like Henry did. I'm not sure.
Right.
Anybody wants to type this in and let us know for next week, or even have it running as a demo? That'd be
Right.
great.
Hey, class assignment. Cool.
There you go. Yeah. Next to that, Rich Stevens did an update on CoCo FujiNet as well. This is for the Netcat program. And this is a program that you can use to telnet into like online BBSs and or even between machines or whatever. The updates to this is that it now supports the P-Mode 4 graphical screen with the 42 by 24 text font that he's used on the newsreader before. This means you can log into BBSs that will run on 40 column because the CoCo's 32 column was a little bit odd, a little bit low. I think the VIC-20 was a bit lower yet too, but a lot of machines kind of had for 40 column like C64 and the Atari 400, 800, etc. So a lot of people, or even city model, 1s and 3s and 4s. A lot of people wrote BBSs and stuff to run with 40 column or 80 column back in the early 80s, and the CoCo would kind of do that weird screen wrap because 32 didn't quite fit. So he actually does a demonstration here, which I'll play shortly, where he logs into a BBS using the 42 column software font, and you'll see it defaulted to 80 columns, so he selects 40 column, then it actually looks quite good. I will also mention it actually supports VT52 turbine emulation too. So it's not full VT100 and it's not full ANSI or anything like that, but it actually does the cursor positioning and stuff, and you could actually like log into a PDP or something if you wanted to, you know, and run a text editor or something like that. So. So you can see where he's telnetting into a BBS. This is all going through FujiNet hardware. And I haven't heard from anybody lately if the FujiNet cartridge version is coming out soon or not, or what stage that is at. But
we should ask Willian Athing.
They are focusing on their software at the moment, on the firmware.
Okay.
And then they'll do the hardware afterwards.
Yeah, I have one of the 4 you know, ROM-based, you know, cableless, dongleless FujiNet pieces of hardware, and I'm hoping to get back on that shortly.
Okay.
But I need to release some Dragon FujiNet software first.
Okay. Anyway, I pause at this point because when it gets logged in the BBS with his username and password, you can see here it's actually asking you to pick your video motor. Do you have a 40 column or 80 column? Of course, it's word wrapping because it defaults to 80. But once he makes a selection of 40 column and it reboots, then it actually looks nice and centered and fits quite well. So that actually allows us to log into a bunch of the BBSs were written for, like Atari 8-bits and the Z64 and some other machines. And you can see here it also supports ASCII text only. You can do VT52 mono only, which I think is what he's using here. The VT52 color, which I mean you're using P mode for, so I guess you could try to sneak a few artifact colors in it, but you definitely wouldn't have the full palette that you would normally get on VT52 or VT100. And also says ANSI mono and color. There's actually some discussion. People were asking on Facebook, what's the best program for doing ANSI graphics on the Coco? If you do want to telnet into some of these here, either with Rick's board or FujiNet or anything else. And I would say there are 2 that do it fairly accurate. Like some people had mentioned Ultimaterm, which did do all the cursor positioning and stuff and the colors correctly, but it was using the built-in Gimme's hardware font, so you can't get the nice little shade characters and all the little graphical bits. But if you use either Roger Taylor's NetMate, which is a recent one, and if Ron Delvaux's still on the call, he's the most experienced in that. He uses it fairly regularly. And that one does it with a pure mode, quote unquote. It does a 320 by 200 screen, but the font is designed to be 4 pixels per character. I think 3 with a space. That way it gets all 16 colors on the screen at once, and it's fast because it's basically just has to literally draw the graphical representation of the characters just directly. The other one you can use is the older one by Sockmaster, who hopefully will be at VCF here. Well, actually he is. He mentioned that earlier. Who wrote Tally Terminal back in 1997, which uses a fairly intricate, because of course it's Sockmaster, 3 different graphic screens running at the 320 by 640 by 225 4-color, but with 3 screens that it's flipping between with, you know, pixel anti-aliasing between the screens and stuff here, so it kind of smooths it out and it makes it look like it has the full 16 colors, foreground and background with full resolution. And because he's using a slightly shorter font, I think he actually gets like 80 by 32 characters or something like that in the screen. So it's probably the biggest Coco display screen you've ever seen, and in full color yet. And even with all that going on, he manages to get it run at 9600 baud on the Bitbanger. That's damned impressive. And it will run at 19.2, of course, on an R32 pack. I remember using that. Now, the only thing is that it's not a hyper intelligent terminal program. You mainly made it for the display. You do have the ability to, like, you know, buffer things and save your buffer to disk and, you know, dual settings and stuff like that, but it's not meant for doing downloads or anything. I think the only thing it has is ASCII capture. It doesn't have like X modem or Y modem or Z modem or any of that kind of thing. So I would pick Roger Taylor's NetMate if you have to do that kind of thing. But for sheer display and looking mighty impressive, there's a little bit of flicker, but less than you would think because of the way he's offset the pixels vertically and horizontally with the characters between the 3 screens he's flipping between. It actually runs a lot smoother than a standard page flipping, you know, to get extra colors type thing. It's pretty darn impressive. Anyway, in this case here, if you want to get the new version of Netcat, not shown in this video, but also present is he actually is supporting the 40 and 80 column hardware text modes in a Coco 3, so you can actually use the native stuff, which will run a lot faster, of course. Next on that, Steve Norton puts up some stuff here on the Coco Facebook group talking about a project that he's been working on. So he's created this keyboard, and this is kind of like what Bob and others have done. But he made sure it was the exact same layout as the Coco 1 and 2, because like me, he prefers the arrow keys to be separated, because if you're playing games, that's a heck of a lot easier than trying to cram in a little diamond on your thumb and a couple of fingers here. But basically, it's a little USB port. It also supports a joystick, so basically you'll plug this into a modern PC, and then it's meant to be running with VCC, so you can actually tell VCC will use this keyboard, which is laid out exactly like the Coco. So if you're playing Coco software, and you need a key layout to be, nice and easy to look at, because you can emulate that kind of stuff in MAME. But on the other hand, the keys aren't what you're looking at on your modern keyboard, because, a lot of them moved around back in the day. So this actually feels and looks like a real Coco keyboard. But he's also added in some of the 3 specialized ones you can see on the far right side. I don't know how well it's showing up here. Let's zoom this up a bit. But he's got a reset, and this all works within VCC, so it's kind of patched into it. Reset will actually reset the Coco in the emulator. Disk 0 will actually bring up the disk dialog for drive 0 instantly, so you can just go pick the file without actually having to drop down menus on your own. And it's got a pause key if you want to pause the emulator too. So if you're in the middle of a game and you suddenly get called away, you can pause it to come back later and pick up the game exactly where you left off. You can see here, it's actually, the keyboard is laid out like pretty close to the Coco 3 level keyboard, with a few changes like this of the arrow keys and stuff. Here's some of the function keys and stuff for moved around, control and alts in there too. So it's basically a Coco 3 keyboard, and it does a joystick on the same board. So little adapter board just plugs it in USB and works directly with VC. I don't know if it works with any of the other emulators like MAME or XROAR or TRS-80 GP or any of those, but it'd be interesting to hear that. And Steve Norton is a name I remember back in the old days. Do you remember that, Rick? I seem to think he wrote stuff on Delphi and stuff too, didn't he?
Familiar, but I can't name anything specific. So yeah, that's familiar.
Yeah. Okay. It wasn't just me. Next up, this was actually the show that was on the evening last week after our show, TRS-80 Trash Talk. And you can see they took their screenshot here from late in the show because Marc joined in the last 10 minutes, I think it was. But people were kind of going through. Yeah. People were kind of going through updates and stuff like that. They were talking about some updates for the new venue and stuff for Tandy Assembly, etc. But several of the people on the panel were actually talking about some Coco stuff. Like they either acquired some new stuff for it, or they're working on stuff for it, etc. So there's a little bit of Coco content even before you can, of course. You weren't the only person that was heavily involved in the Coco. Neil Blanchard was on as well, a little bit earlier on. And yeah, I mean, I always like watching these guys because you're getting a lot of the old timers, and sometimes you even get some old Tandy guys that were part of the development and stuff back in the day. And of course, Mav, Ian, who's the main host of the show long now, I think even more than Peter is, from Australia, but he actually manufactures hardware for the Coco. So if you want to buy a duplicate RS-232 pack, he sells them, and disc controllers and all kinds of stuff too. So he's actually quite involved in the Coco community. I think George Phillips, and right beside him there on the top row, is the person that writes the TRS-80 GP emulator. So, and Dusty, if you've ever seen the TRS-80 Trash Talk newsletter, which does have Coco content too, it's like 100 pages. It's like we were talking about earlier that, some of these quote unquote newsletters are basically magazines themselves, and I would consider that to be one of them. But he's the main guy that kind of organizes those and publishes them. Definitely worth checking out. Next up, TRS-80 Retro Programming on YouTube did an update to his Ulysses thing. I will play a little bit of it, but basically he's done some graphical enhancements to make the corridor look a little bit better. He's shaded in some of the walls. He separated the pillars out a little bit. He's now added a few other things too. Like he's actually got a score going here. He's actually got a life counter. He demonstrates a little bit of the first part of the game, which we've seen before, where you're basically shooting arrows and you have to try to hit the target. And once you hit it on level ground, then it pops up and you have to shoot it while you're in the air, etc. And once you shoot it enough times, it converts to this little sideways triangle that comes at you, and you have to time your jumps to jump over it. So it's kind of I think he called it the training part of the game. So this is basically going to be training. But he's just using solid basic here. He did question me by email. I don't know if it was before or after this video was recorded about using the double speed poke, because it's a little bit slow, because he's doing double buffering but using P copy. So he renders on the screen, then copies it onto the bottom half of the screen here, and then I think he updates the life and score directly on the main viewing screen. But basically it pre-renders stuff and pre-draws stuff on this other screen, then copies it over. One thing I should do one of these days because PCopy is not the most optimized routine in the world. Actually, none of this stuff in BASIC is as far as scrolling and stuff, or PCLS or CLS for that matter. But if you did some stack blasting and maybe made it a little exec so you can actually do the equivalent of a PCopy, you could probably speed up the PCopy 2 to 3 times more than what it is now. So if we're doing a routine similar to this, you could actually get some pretty decent speed increases with it. So I might have to sit down and do that, because PCopy is on fixed page boundaries too, which is always nice even byte that would work pretty good on a stack blast. And I'd be curious to see how much that would speed up the game. Anyway, I'll just play a little bit of it here.
Counter, and those will be stars. So stars are for the magic and hearts are for your life. And over here on the right, in this empty orange box, there's going to be what level you're on. And then on the left top orange box, you see score. And right now,
just kind of go through and describing what he's changed.
Right now, it continues to go. As you'll see when I hit this top target here, the arrow will hit it, and then it will continue to go. It should stop. I just have to.
So the slowness of the rendering here is like I said, partly the PCopy and part because I think his character is actually using draw stem. It's not using a fast get put or something like that. The advantage of that is it will not destroy the background, whereas a regular get put, you have to like create masks and you know, map those in first and do a put with that, invert it, and then put the shape on top. So there's several puts you have to do. This is just a bit easier program, but I'm wondering if the single speed up hook, how much would speed this up? Because I think on the graphic routines and the ROMs there, it probably does about a 35% speed increase on average. So that might actually help the speed of the game. And like I said, if I actually just write a little ML subroutine that you can exec to do the PCopy stuff there, I'm sure it'll be sped up quite a bit. Anyway, check it out. It's a game he's been working on for a bit here. I went checking, like I know he's been requesting, because he's actually been fiddling with the Coco 3 a little bit about a month ago, but he was waiting for somebody to make a nice high-res, not fuzzy JPEG lossy scan of the 320 graphics grid. And I took a look, and I don't have my Coco 3 manual anymore. I only have the quick reference card. I have no idea what the manual went, so I can't scan it for him. I was wondering if anybody here would have the ability to do a nice high-res scan that we can upload to the archive of the 320 by 192 graphics worksheet from the Coco 3 book. Does anybody here have a scanner and that particular manual?
I do. I have to dig out a manual, but I can do that.
Okay, that'd be cool. Because I did take a look at the one in the archive, and it was, you know, in lossy JPEG, so it's kind of a fuzzy mess. It's kind of hard to, you know, draw pixels and stuff on it. So, thanks, Bob. Next, after that, we have an update again from Ron Klein with the CoCoPi project, which we just did an update. He was mentioning he was going to get a new version out here soon. The next release, he was hoping to have it out by the end of this month, but it's actually going to be delayed probably into February sometime. And that's because he's been doing some extra things. Like he's been updating which emulators are supported and make sure he got the most recent versions of them all. But he's been actually redoing some of the menuing system here, so it's a bit more tiered and a little bit easier to navigate. So here, like he clicks on Coco 2 MAME, and then you've got all the different options at Coco 2 MAME, like what ROM set you want. Do you want HTTP DOS or disk basic? And do you want 609 or 6809, et cetera, et cetera. And as he says here, very easy to navigate and add things like showing you command line being used, Pi driver status, etc. The JSON files being used can allow for an actual GUI-based menu as well, though that's not implemented at this point. He says he's been testing it on his Raspberry Pi, a couple of different x64-based PCs, and even under WSL and Windows 11. Same code framework works with all of them. That'll make his maintaining of this a lot easier. So anyway, he's been working on that kind of as an addition to just updating all the stuff that it references, all the developer tools. Like I know Glen Hewlett's 609 to Coco basic compilers included. So I'm looking forward to this for you guys that have Coco Pis. I don't have any Raspberry Pis here to try it with. How many of you on the panel here, or even in the chat, have actually been fiddling with Coco Pi? I know it's been a while since Ron's done an update, but it looks like he's got some pretty cool stuff happening.
Been a while, year or two, but I have a couple Pis.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
and what-
have
what-
a CoCoPi that's a dedicated system. If you recall retro recipes, they had shown a little looks like an ADM terminal 3D printed. So I printed one of those, and that's my dedicated CoCoPi platform. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
I got one set up beside me here. It's always ready to go.
Oh, your background.
Yeah.
I had a question for you. What the heck was it before? Does anybody
What?
remember what I'm trying to remember what it was.
I had to
It
go
was
eat
a-
lunch.
Yeah, it was a little while ago. I had a question. Oh, NetMate.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had some people on Facebook, Coco group, asking about what's the best terminal program to use
Yep,
to
that's
do
it
ANSI.
right there. You got it. Yep. Roger Taylor.
Now, I know NetMate has a lot more features, but I think the display, like between Twilight Terminal, which I think you ran as well, as far as the display of just doing ANSI graphics, what do you think the comparison is between the two?
Twilight Term. It's complete.
Complete. What do you mean?
It has all the characters, the ANSI
Yeah,
character.
Twilight Terminal does too. That's why I was wondering if you tried them both to make. Is there an advantage to
Yeah.
one or the other? I know they do use different techniques to do it, but
Yeah.
And is that a free thing, or is Roger charged for that?
I think he charges for it. I got in on it. I tested a lot of his betas, in the beginning, and then that's how I wound up with it because I helped him.
Oh, okay. I'll have to see
But
if we can find a link for it. If
Yeah,
anybody's
you can get in
interested.
touch with him. He's still managing the stuff that he got from what's his name?
Paul?
Steve Bjork State.
Steve.
Or Steve.
Yeah,
Okay, right.
Steve.
Any updates on that? Actually, I haven't heard from
No, I haven't
Roger on
heard
that.
much in a while. Of course, you have to kind of go and look. And I don't know that he posts much on.
Yeah, he's on the Coco Discord occasionally. He's doing a few
Right.
flurries of activity.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah.
But we can probably stir the pot and get him to come on and talk about stuff.
Yeah, I know we tried a few times, but still trying.
I'll try. Yeah. Roger, if you're watching this.
Yeah, he used to
Roger?
put Coco Talk briefly on the Roku. He actually had a whole channel devoted to old shows and new shows and stuff here. Like, you want to do that with CoCoNation,
It's still
please feel
there.
free.
It's
Is
still
he still
there.
doing the new stuff?
It's hasn't changed in the whole time it's been on.
So none of the new episodes are on there, or the new episodes
No.
going on there too?
Nope.
Okay.
It's just frozen in the time he set it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd love to see us on that. Actually, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would.
Okay, next up after that, we covered this a little bit briefly before, and I'm probably going to butcher his name too, but Indah Gavriani has been working on an MC10 emulator for the Nintendo DS and DSi. And he's at the point now that he's planning this weekend, and I haven't had a chance to check today if that's actually happened yet or not, but he's released going to be releasing the first public beta of it. And the one expansion he does support right off the bat is the 16K RAM upgrade module that Tandy, of course, sold, which brings your MC10 up to 20K of RAM. And he was asking about, the MCX 128 and the MCX 32 SD. At this point, if he was taking recommendations from me, and I really don't have no say in the matter, I would say the MCX 32 SD is the only one he probably needs support. I don't even know if the MCX 128's been sold much anymore. And I know the MCX 32 SD, whenever Ed actually gets a little batch out, they're gone within a day or two. And of course, the other software others that are still active, like Spriteworks, which Ron's been involved with, being part of their ad campaign. All of his games basically require the SD now because he's actually using it for virtual disk functions on the MC10, so you can actually create games that are bigger than 32K of RAM. And I would suggest if you're going to do one, do that because it has extended basic added into it. It has the virtual disk stuff built into it, and it's kind of like the Coco SDC for the Coco. It's kind of like the one peripheral, if you have an MC10, you absolutely should get. But he actually got a nice little screenshot here. So, of course, the DS dual screen is what that stands for. He's got the actual display screen of the computer running itself on the top, and he's got a virtual keyboard you can type on the bottom. I'm kind of curious if anybody actually has a Nintendo DS or DSi and decides to give it a try here. Would you find the keyboard, the virtual keyboard on the DS DSi, which is basically a touchscreen style thing, better or worse than the chiclet keys that the original MC10 had? I'd be interested to see how that would compare. But it definitely looks like a really nice emulator here. I like the fact he's actually got like a TRS-80 logo and the nice little color bars and stuff that are shown on the original MC10 case. Keyboard's basically laid out, I think, pretty close to if not exactly like the original MC10 keyboard. Slightly bigger keys, I guess. It's even got the, the built-in commands that you can use to do the single key hit to type in a basic command in one shot. And then, to see how well it works type thing. But definitely look forward to seeing some people try that. I don't have a Nintendo DS or DSi. I'd try it. And the last one, this was an update I just saw today on the Coco Discord. And this is Brett Gordon been doing this GUI for the Coco 1 and 2. He did multiple updates to it here, and then he posted a quick little 30-second YouTube video, which I'll play right now. I haven't actually watched it yet because I just saw it. And we'll see what his Coco 1 and 2 GUI looks like on this latest iteration. So it's mouse controlled. It's got drop-down menus, launchers, and it actually will launch a program there. He's actually working on, I think, creating a stub that will be kind of left behind. So when you exit another program and you go to launch, it'll actually pick up where you left off, as opposed to relaunching the whole GUI from scratch. So if you're on a certain drive already or something, I think it actually will let you stay there.
Will this work with the SDC?
Well, he's running an SDC DOS 1.75, so I'd say yes.
Yeah. It's pretty snappy. So yeah, if he can resume where you left off, you would never know that this wasn't a full. Yeah,
like Coco 1 also.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me how GEOS, I believe, works. Isn't that how it works too? The GUI kind of gets out of the way and lets the program run, and then it comes back to it. Yeah.
Would this be something that the people that made the SDC would consider for the SDC to run on? You know what I mean? And to
Well, they don't have to. You just put it in one of your slots, and you've taken over the SDC for your own purpose. That's the beauty of the SDC. It's nothing specific.
Yeah, you can just make that auto exec file that basically will just launch whatever you want. Like mine boot up.
Well, the problem is though, if you go and look at a graphic file, you're out of it. You have to reboot. This way, you're locked in. You go right back to SDC, right? It's a hook.
Well, the GUI part is hooked in, yeah. Like graphic, are you talking like high color or something like that?
Yeah, if you look at a high color picture, you're out of the. Once you look at it, you even in the SDC, you're it goes to.
Oh, you've lost the GUI, and how do you get back to the GUI?
Yeah, but unless
because you may have exploded any kind of thing he's done as far as suspending the interface, because you've done high color and you've blown up every pointer.
Yeah, it would depend on the app. I think run like simple basic programs, I definitely think you could, because you can kind of take back over. But if you say ran Warrior King, it probably is trashing all the memory that the GUI set up and probably won't work.
And all that's gone, and that's that.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
But yeah, on some I think it would work. And I mean, obviously we do that in OS 9, Nitrous 9 all the time too, with the G Shell, of course, because you can even run multiple versions of G Shell in different windows at different resolutions, and it still works. Anyhow, that's all I've got for record news. Like I said, I think a lot of people were busy getting ready for these other shows here, including what time is the next one scheduled, Mark? 45 minutes for the Coco 4-1?
Yeah, about 45 minutes from now. So we got plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time to go get some first dinner.
So we can talk. We talk rabbit hole or just.
Oh no, I still have to go through the upcoming shows yet. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we
I got a little bit. I won't be stretching that for 45 minutes.
You were done.
No, not quite.
Okay.
Exile in Paradise, the chat is saying yes, that's part of how GEOS worked for many apps, where basically the GUI itself, when it initiates the launch of a program for GEOS, as opposed to GEOS itself, GEOS gets kicked to the curb. The other app runs. The other app, when it is exited, knows to call GEOS back.
Hopefully gives you back.
It looks like you're actually in a GUI that is, live running, but it's actually just running to launch and to relaunch, and not running at all while the main app, whatever, GEOS write or whatever is running. Okay, so I will switch my share here. So I will mention VCF Montreal still, mainly because it's running tomorrow too, and there's more presentations happening. I think there's even more Coco related presentations happening. So it's running today and tomorrow. If I go to the talk list and schedule. Okay, there's a bit on the NABU network. Actually, two of them. Starting a LAN party group in 2025 and restoring the NASA Apollo hardware. I'm not sure if that's related to the guy that Bruce Moore mentioned that he actually knows, because he's got some stuff running on the Mars rovers, but this might be a little bit too old for that.
Well, I think Marc Verdelli is also known as the Curious Mark.
Oh, okay. But if you look at the schedule that was here today, like Jim Gerrie had a presentation earlier today, and then Fabian Rodriguez had the one that we showed the screenshot, or not screenshot, the photograph that Sock took at the presentation there too. So there's a couple of Coco related ones, and as we saw on the floor, there's actually quite a few Cocos out there, and it looked like people were carrying them around underarm buying them, so that's cool.
Right?
We need more of that at the other VCFs. You guys have to start pressing that. Next up after that is VCF Southern California. This is one that Wayne Campbell and a few other Coco people attended last time. It's running this year at February 14th to 15th, which I believe is that President's Day for you guys in the States?
No, it's
I think it's
Valentine's Day.
Okay, because it says here
14th.
President's Day weekend, so I'm kind of...
I'll have to look at the calendar.
Okay. So it's at the Hotel Fair Event Center in Orange, California, which I believe is the same venue it had last time. There was some Coco representation last time, not a huge amount. And I know Wayne Campbell, who's been working on the whole decode for Basic 09 and a whole bunch of Basic 09 projects, has been helping me write the manual and stuff too, which I hope to get back to within the month.
Yeah, so this February 16th is President's Day, and then you got Mardi Gras.
Okay. So basically, it's a long day weekend. Is that like a holiday for everybody, or is that just a government holiday?
Governments and banks.
Right. Everyone works except government.
maybe teachers or something. Anyway, I don't know if they've got any Coke related speakers. I haven't actually looked yet, so let me take a quick boo. Why aren't you doing it better? The television programmers. What are you doing? Compiler restoration. State of FujiNet, so Thomas Cherry will be doing an update there. Hopefully we'll get some updates on the hardware card on the version of the FujiNet for the Coco, because that can be interrupt driven and a lot less CPU intensive than the Bitbanger. Digital archaeology, graphic design tools for microcomputers. We should get Ron down there for that one and show off Color Max Deluxe and Coco Max 3 and stuff. What do you think, Ron? Or did he skip out again?
Done.
Send Ron over to LA.
I'm working really hard to get to our show.
Oh, the stop bits are gonna be in concert there too. I didn't realize that. That's Taylor and Amy. Veronica Explains and Action Retro, so that's cool. They were at VCF Midwest last year. Did you say you're gonna try to go to the show, Ron, or are you talking about Coco Fest?
A Coco Fest.
How about Vintage?
To get there.
Yeah, if you can make it to Vintage Computer Festival SoCal, that's fairly close to you in California, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, but that's in hostile country.
Oh,
Not if it's Coco people.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Ron, don't go to California.
No.
That's too bad, because actually going through like the old graphical tools on the old 8-bits, you're a wizard.
Yeah.
I mean, you used your Coco 3 and stuff for your living there.
Yeah, all this stuff will change later. We just have to be patient.
He's in a retro game show, so some retro gaming like too for the gamers out there. Anyway, it's a pretty good event. We've seen some people there before. Kind of give us a little bit of streaming of it and stuff. Hopefully we can do that again. After that is the Indie Classic. This is one that Randy Kindig is one of the sponsors of. Of course, he's from the Floppy Days podcast, as well as some others. And this one is happening on March the 21st, 22nd in Indianapolis at a new location. It's located at the Windham Indianapolis Airport Hotel. So if you're flying in, you're literally almost walking distance to get to the hotel. You don't have to like, rent a car and go fiddling around with toll booths and all kinds of stuff like that. And it's a pretty nice show. We've seen definitely some TRS-80 representation there. I think we've had a few CoCo people there in the last few years that it's been going on. And of course, if you're in the Chicago area, it's actually only, what is it, a 4-hour drive to Indianapolis from Chicago? I don't think it's that far from what I remember. So pretty nice short trip. And Randy's a really cool guy. We've had him on the show before too, and he's done some stuff related to the CoCo and some of his floppy day stuff. They're going through the history of, and he's kind of going through all, even though some of the obscure machines are trying to get a hold of the people that actually worked on the original machines, either in the software and hardware side of things there to interview. And he's got some really good interviews side. If you've not checked them out and you want a good history of all personal computing back from the 70s on, it's an ongoing project, obviously, but he's had some really good interviews on there. But definitely go check that show out if you can as well. Next up is the one Ron was talking about. It's the Glenside CoCo Fest, which is now 89 days away. Mm-hmm. And I think the tables are going on sale. What was it, February something?
February 15th at 3.
Okay.
3 p.m. Central.
Yep.
I believe that's what...
I'm sorry, honey. I've got to go register my table.
Yeah. It's an event, right?
Of course, this is, if you're into the CoCo, this is the big show. This is the one you absolutely want to try to make it to if you can. Always a good time. They shifted it last year to starting on Friday and then Saturday, rather than Saturday and Sunday, which actually seems to be pretty popular. They're doing it again this year. And it gives Sunday, the time for vendors and stuff to kind of break stuff down at a bit more leisurely pace. And it's always a good time.
And the auction's fun.
Yeah, and there's usually some new hardware, new software. Some of it might actually be available right then and there. Some of it will be like a preview. Like Bruce has showed off his Realms of Doom, and the Porta CoCo guys have been there demonstrating all kinds of fancy stuff where they're running around the room with wireless wireless monitors and wireless CoCo 3s and all kinds of stuff. It's awesome. Next, after that, we had just had this weekend here, the very first VCF in Canada, the VCF Montreal, and this is the very first VCF official in Latin America. And this is VCF Latam, I'm not sure how I should pronounce that. And that's happening a little bit later in the year, but unfortunately it happens to be the exact same weekend that CoCo Fest is. So if you want an excuse to go down and vacation in South America, and you might have to miss CoCo Fest for it. But if you're already down there and maybe Chicago's too far to go to, well, you have something to go to anyway. This is becoming all retro computers, just like every VCF. Go ahead.
You could do that. Who was it? Elton John, Billy Joel, someone showed up in London and then flew to America and showed up again for the next show.
Yeah. There's a really good retro show in Brazil. It's not officially a VCF one, but that's one Erico and Luciano and a bunch of others are at every year. We've got some live streams and stuff there. And there's a pretty good CoCo representation, though it's usually more the clones. Because, of course, Brazil was the wild west of trademark. I don't need no stinking trademark or copyright for anything. So they made multiple CoCo clones. They're like the CP400, et cetera, Codemex and a bunch of others. And they always have a good time down there, too. But, yeah, this one's happening same weekend as CoCo Fest, April the 24th to the 26th in Bahia Blanca in Argentina. And I don't know if we know anybody in that area, but if anybody listening to this is going to be there or knows anybody that's going there, maybe get them in contact with us. See if we can get a live stream. If not, take pictures so we can actually, kind of cover what the show looked like the following week. Next after that is one that Marc Overholzer knows fairly well. It's the resurrection of VCF PNW Pacific Northwest, which has actually been gone for like half a decade, and it's coming back.
Yeah.
May 2nd to 3rd at the how does it pronounce again? Tequila Community Center in Tequila, Washington. Have you heard from Tim Linder if he's going to be attending that one, Mark?
No, I haven't. But I did get on the mailing list, got in contact with the guy who's running it again, Michael Brutman, who did the one in 2019, 2020. That was 2020, 2018. So anyway, you can see the list there of exhibitors. Scroll up down a little.
Mm-hmm.
That's who they got so far, including me.
Yep.
Nice. I've got to say, I saw the street view of this. It looks like the Tequila Community Center. Nice rural place, lots of parking, trees.
No
Yep,
hassles.
big green area around it.
Just come do your show and there's no problems. Enjoy. I
Yep.
wish I could drive there, but
We just need somebody to have a Coco exhibit there. We've seen Montreal doing it properly. There's tons of Cocos at the tables here, so
Make sure I bring lots of cocos.
Now, 8-bit computer networking. What parts are you covering? Like all the networking, including like Rick's card plus
I'll take.
Fujinet.
I got my Fujinet. I got I got a couple of Coco IOs. I've got let's see. I've done a lot of drive wire stuff with the Cocos, and then I've got network cards for the Apple II, and I got Jim Brain's C64 NIC Plus for the Commodore. So all of those I have networking to do networking with.
Sounds cool.
And
Are
I
you going to be
should have a
networking with some
Fujinet.
of the other vendors there to kind of show off stuff going between them, or are you doing it all within your own?
Don't know. Yeah, I don't know how many other people are doing actual microcomputers. I mean, like I said, well, Adrian's Digital Basement, he'll have all kinds of stuff. But yeah, most of these are like, mini computer systems and Macintosh portables.
uh, Zero
So I don't know if anybody else
Star.
would,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if anybody else would have any, 8-bit micros.
Okay. Anyway, keep us posted, and I sure hope Tim can come out there too.
Would be.
And then a new edition this week is the tickets just officially went on sale is the International Retro Computer Expo at the Social Event Space in West Virginia. This, of course, is hosted by the Amigos, so that's Brent, Aaron, and John. This was formerly called Boat Fest, but that confused a lot of people who were looking for boats. So they changed the name as of last year, the International Retro Computer Expo. And this is the 4th year at its current location. It was in a couple locations before that. And of course, they're a lot of fun. A lot of people bring a lot of retro hardware out there. There's live game demonstrations, record some of the shows live, and you actually have a live studio audience that can yell up things while they're doing the broadcast. It's a bit more gaming oriented, but not completely. There's some definite hardware stuff. There's some hardware wizards on their side too. There's 3D printing. Last time I was there, somebody brought one of the original Magnavox Odysseys, the 1972 one that predated the Atari VCS by 5 years. And of course, the hosts are just a heck of a lot of fun. Ken would vouch for that if he was here. Or Jason Riker, too, because he's been to it a few times as well. But anyway, yeah, tickets are now on sale. You can get it. Get the show link in the show notes to get over there to get the tickets ordered. They give you a lot of information, like where the actual event is, some of the food. They've got some of the best pizza I've had in a long time within walking distance, like literally a block. They also have auctions, just like we do too, to raise money, but also to, distributed hardware and software to people that may not have a chance to get it too easily anywhere else.
Yeah, where is Jason? I doubt there's any theme parks open today.
I don't know. They have like a penguin slide or something.
I don't know.
Anyway, that's all I have. If I've missed any events, I'm sure there's some VCFs I'm missing. Just send me the link details, and I'll insert them into the list here. There'll be a few coming off the list. Obviously, VCF Montreal will be off as of the end of this weekend. So,
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yep.
Did you ever I don't know how you're on Discord a lot, right?
Not the last few months, not as much as I used to.
Have you run across the new browser, Opera GX? It's a gamer's browser. It's
I'm familiar with the original Opera, not with
this
GX. No,
this is a brand new one. It's all real slick, and it has controls to mess with your memory, on your particular computer, so that it's always running optimal for whatever, if you're playing games or if you're just browsing or whatever. And you can have clicking noises for your keys, you can have background sound, you can have all kinds of control over the whole browser. It's pretty interesting. I'd have you guys check it out every once in a while. When we have a commercial on
my memory's already a mess.
It's advertised, you'll see it.
Okay.
Check it out, see what you think. It's interesting. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I was a
using
fan
it
of
in-
Opera. Opera was my main browser back in the late 90s because it was
Yeah.
much
Their
lower
whole
memory
stick
footprint.
was to make up for the shortcomings of the local computer by being an intermediary. So your browser, Opera didn't go directly to where you were going. It may translate video if you were on a crappy
Yeah,
laptop.
and it
or
had stuff like
something.
built-in news readers and email. Like you put everything in the one app
It just
instead of a bunch.
tried to
Yeah.
make the internet easier for your local computer, which was
Yeah.
a good thing back in the day. Before
Well, check it out and see what you think. Just
kinda
the fact,
on
well, the
brand.
fact that it'll mess with your memory, and you can have it on control. You know how much of it you want to dedicate
Well,
to.
I mean, that's
browsing.
kind of on brand. It's making your computer and the internet experience optimized.
Yeah.
And if that means I want to throw gigabytes of RAM towards an online game, well, okay, so be it.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that.
It's different.
Couple things to comment on to mention here. So, Exxon Paradise mentioned we were talking about the way that GEOS would swap itself out. He said GEOS had a kernel with speed loader that stayed in memory while other stuff went in and out if you wanted it, or it could overlay or not. He also mentioned that Jason is on the road to somewhere. He was just showing pics of Ohio River freezing up.
Oh, okay.
6, he mentions, oh man, the pizza at the place next to the Cambridge Museum of Computing is really nice. Still waiting for the supposedly Spring Dragon meetup announcement, because I have seen some hints about that in the Dragon group on Facebook too. So, and then Exxon Paradise obviously is not that impressed with Opera GX, because he says Opera GX is infected by Google Chrome now. So only mess with Opera if you don't mind your entire computer being mailed to Google for data mining and exempted for constant ad spam.
If you already have Google, you're into that already. So
Yeah,
I don't
you're
know what
already
he's
you're
talking
already
about.
wasted.
What is he talking about? Yeah, what's the big deal? Gee.
Well, that's the thing. Opera used to be its own thing, but now everything is either
Yeah.
WebKit
Opera
or
was
Chrome
fiercely
or-
independent in the
yeah.
old days.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to cash in for them.
The
You know,
name
you
is
have
the
to-
name
you have to-
anymore.
You have to weigh it with what you're getting and what they're asking, you know.
Yeah. And Alan says, I don't have Google, so it does not apply.
Right.
Good for you. Just
Anyway,
like-
that's all I have for upcoming shows, etc. So that's pretty well the news for this week.
Yeah, that's like me. I made good choices. I live here where it's 69 degrees instead of.
Oh, come on, man. It's 3 or 4 now at least.
See, Rod, the advantage of living in -50 is that, computer chips run better when you super cool them. So I can overclock my Coco to like 1,000 gigahertz. And
Yeah,
still
but what
have-
if you have? How can you touch the keyboard if your fingers are black?
Oh, when you're overclocking it that much, it heats up. You're good.
Oh,
You're
it
good.
warms up the house again. Okay.
Yeah.
I love you
All
guys.
Anyway, I don't want to extend the outro here too long because we do have the Coco 4 show coming up, of which Joel Evie will be part of that, and hopefully, Rick will be part of as well, and hopefully Brian Weezer shows up by then.
I have a bunch of talking about generic OSK, so if that makes any ordering sense to go early.
Yeah, I was going to ask William Athing if he's still around. Does he have anything that would apply to that he wants to show?
Yeah, I don't have any Coco 4 related stuff except that I've got that case project I'm working on, which is kind of based upon there's that picture from Boise's book of the Coco 4 prototype.
Yeah, the real
Oh,
long
right.
one. Yeah,
With the built-in drives.
Okay.
the
Yeah,
one
so-
I
so-
added the
so-
LED to.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll have I don't have that show today really, but I'm gonna bring the prototype for my case design based on that to the Coco Fest.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So hey, Joel will be there, Rick will be there, I will be there, hopefully Brian will be there. That starts in just under 25 minutes.
Time for a sandwich.
Yeah,
What will
exactly. I haven't
we
had a
do?
chance to even have lunch yet. Never mind.
Yeah,
later,
so we should probably take a break and get reset. All right, here we go.
This concludes another episode of the CoCoNation, the world's leading live interactive talk show featuring the Technicolor computer. For all things the CoCoNation, visit us on the web at thecoconation.com. We'd love to hear from you. Send feedback, suggestions, even segments via email to show@thecoconation.com. The CoCoNation Show would not exist without the community and its cast and crew. The CoCoNation theme song, copyright 2022, D. Bruce Moore. Mixed, mastered, and produced by D. Bruce Moore. The CoCoNation is over. Join us on the Coco Discord server. Coco forever.
Okay, that should be it for now. Come join us in 20 minutes. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Right on.
For Coco 4s. The
Coco
Coco's
4s.
created by third parties after Tandy canceled the Coco 3.
All right, bye.